dude, I just need to make sure you understand what we're doing.
I need you to play the commercial and shut up.
I'm not going to shut up.
Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in Salt Electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
Live and hydrated with salt from Nashville, Tennessee, and also from the 209 co-hosting. He's little, he's tall, he's small, but he's very technical. I call him Little Omar. And also co-hosting this man is not technical. He muscles everyone and everything. Give it up for the angry giant, Andrew. And also your host. He's still rich. He's still an asshole. And dare I say, he's still a goddamn Jew. Give it up for Jiu-Jitsu Black Belt, Tim Freeman. And today's special guest, he's the one and only. The ladies thirst after him. They want him. They throw their bra into the ring. Give it up for the Big MF.
Nice job.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Great work.
Look at those guns. Look at those guns.
Get up on that mic, brother, so we can hear you.
I got more definition. I got more definition. I got more separation. I got more saturation. I got biceps on my triceps.
First of all,
I'm fighting these ring rats off everywhere I go.
Welcome to the show, Big MF. It's great to have you back. It looks like
ring rats are. Do you guys have ring rats?
There's
ring rats in jiu-jitsu?
I know what you're talking about.
Be gym bunnies.
Gym bunnies. Is that what they're referred to?
Yeah, gym bunny.
A
Yeah.
gym bunny.
Wow.
What sounds better, ring rat or gym bunny?
Jim Bunny sounds
They both
bad.
have
I
negative
disagree.
implications.
I think a ring rat is a way bigger whore than a gym bunny.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Well, we don't use that word. We use the word slut.
I'm very familiar with gym bunnies, though. By the way, very familiar.
Hey, I was looking through your old Instagram, the one that you lost access to.
Is that what the problem was?
It's a treasure trove of photos, and there's a photo. I think there's two photos of you in there with a particular female fighter. And you just got this big
Paige?
grin. Yeah,
Paige.
Yeah, it's Paige. Yeah,
Listen,
you got a shitty
I
grin.
got on the mats with Paige Van Zandt.
Oh, I know you did. You
And
gravitated.
I
over
was
there.
talking myself down the whole fucking time. Please don't do this to me right now. This is the one time where I don't want you to do this. And he listened.
when
He
her
almost-
when her nudes leaked.
Almost did
It was
it.
like a
He
holiday
almost
for
did
this
it.
guy.
Yo, really?
I've never seen those.
Big MF didn't come out of his room for 2 days.
I had to stop. Well, what really got me is I got a whiff of her hair. Real scent.
That'll do it.
And then I started thinking about the ugliest chick I knew, completely naked.
Me? You started thinking about me?
Oh,
And it
God, that's
worked.
funny.
It got me to calm it down. And it's like it was the moment I'll never forget. She's probably already forgotten all of it. Doesn't even know who I am.
Some people think of cold showers. Big MF thinks of.
I thought of the dude. I needed help because it was about to go boing.
Damn.
And she'd have been like, I'm never only with that guy again. And the funny part was I had a buddy. I'll call him Big Buff just to save him from disgrace. He was all thirsty and he asked her if she wanted to roll, and he was like, no.
Oh, he
Oh,
got
that's even worse.
He got the rejection.
She
dude.
saw right through his freaking
I was
like,
like,
mirrors.
Ooh,
I'm just a funny guy here making jokes. I don't care if I roll with you or not.
I'm rolling with the big MF right now. That's
Oh
really
my
funny.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a creep. He's not going to try to smell my
I'm not
hair
a
or get a
creep.
boner.
Yeah.
I'm not a creep, nor am I a weirdo. I can't even smell your hair.
Liked her so much, you had to start
Yeah,
thinking about
that was
uggos.
what a hot. I mean, I hope my girlfriend doesn't watch. She's gonna kill me. But what a fucking hot chick that Paige Van Zandt is. Am I wrong on that? Am I
I
off?
like how he goes, am I wrong?
Am I
on that?"
off? Tim,
No.
you tell me. Is she hot or not?
I
She's
think
really pretty.
you've always had a thing for her, and even more so the kind of more
Well,
more, like
I had a friend who really had the hots for her, and he was banging a lot of chicks, and he couldn't seal the deal.
yeah, I think you've always
I'm
had
not
the
going to
hots for
say
her.
who he is, but some people call him the Crazy Train.
Yeah. I was thinking about that guy too, man. His picture showed up a lot in your Instagram there.
Man, in the past, we had some good fucking times, me and the Crazy Train. We raised some hell.
Who's the crazy train?
We
I
got
just-
86th. We got 86th out of Oregon for life. Like, they told us not to come back. Like, I got kicked out of the Rosemont, brother. I got told you can never come back to the Rosemont Theater. You're done here. It's pretty epic, right? Is that pretty epic or not?
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I'm gonna pull up your old that old Instagram.
By the way, I just invited Paige Van Zandt to the Instagram Live.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Hey,
man.
what's up? Hey, you know what? Listen, I could do what that guy does. I could follow her around and pick her up and act stupid and let her pay for everything. Like that does. You know, it's funny. I heard everybody. I'm just kidding. I heard everyone when we were in Oregon that one time. They were all talking shit on her husband. They're like, that guy's a bitch, and I'm thinking to myself, you are some jealous ass motherfuckers right now because you would love to be her bitch.
Yeah, here we go. Oh man,
Wow,
I'm
there's me at
salted
the
out.
Masonic Lodge.
Let me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
You couldn't be trusted.
Let me change something.
Knew you couldn't be
Um,
trusted.
He's
I
one of
got
them.
all of my levels covered, all my squares angled. I'm not under arrest right now. Somebody help me.
Let me
Wink.
see.
The
If-
first
Blink
time,
if you need help.
I met this guy in person, he grabs my wiener and he's like, the secret handshake. Like, is this it?
okay,
You want to
let's
get
do it.
in? You want to get in on this? You got to get pumped off.
Pumped off.
How much do you want to join?
We
the
got to
club?
know how much you
Why
want
is it
this.
doing this?
Moxie Life. That was good shit.
Moxie. Okay, here we go. There we go.
I'm going.
Okay,
off
so
the
I just-
rails
guy
on
right here in the
crazy
middle.
train.
This is David.
Mhm.
He was a real good dude. Grappled really well. You guys did a lot of shit together. So you went up to the
Wow.
Rosemont, and the problem. I really think, Matt, that you were like 7 or 8 years too early. You
Oh,
were
yeah,
doing
for sure.
shit that these guys are doing now.
Listen.
You were doing it.
David was like, dude, I'm good, but I can't get anywhere. I said, give me your Instagram account and I'll make it happen. So I was doing all the talking for him. I was talking shit to Tom DeBlas, Gordon Ryan, Gary Tonin.
Dude, see, like Big MF
On his
would
behalf.
be a great manager. How you guys were talking about last time.
So
I was here.
listen to the problem
Hey,
is
look at this! Look at this!
that was the day.
Hey.
Look how happy she was.
Look how happy you
Look how
are.
happy. She was like, this guy was
I
so
didn't know you had
kind.
dimples.
They were like, he's so gentle. He didn't even get a boner when we rolled.
Same guy as this guy right here.
Hey.
Fucking little
Hey.
Fonzarelli. Look at him.
Dang, Big MF was always cool.
Well, the Oregon thing with Anthony Smith, the UFC fighter.
Yeah.
He was in between fights and had much to do, so he took a submission underground fight against David Mitchell. And Chael, they were debating on what weight should this be. So Smith says, you tell that motherfucker, I'm going to drink all the Budweiser I want. I'm going to come in at 215. I'm tapping him out in regulation. So I brought a case of Budweiser with me to the event. I had it snuck in. I snuck it in. And the funny part is this, David had him in a triangle choke.
This is
And-
Anthony Smith, the UFC fighter, Anthony Smith.
Yes, Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
Dave has him in a triangle, and I screamed. I said, I pretend like I was Anthony's corner. There was like 4 minutes. There was like 3 minutes left, and I screamed, Anthony, there's only 10 seconds left. Just hold on. Just hold on. I fucking shit you not. He's on the fucking what's that comedy MMA roasted show? He's on MMA roasted
Adam Hunter.
after he lost Adam Hunter, and he's talking about that match. He's saying how he could have beat him, and he says verbatim that I thought there was way more time on the. I thought there was less time on the clock than what there was, and I was holding on. So he didn't try to get out. David squeezed with everything he had. He popped his fucking knee. He taps him out. And then so he also said that after we were talking a lot of shit, me and David. And he said after he taps him out, he's going to screenshot all the shit we said and make fun of us. And then so I had a fucking Budweiser and I threw it in the ring after David tapped him out and he downs it. And then, but he couldn't finish it, so he threw it back to me. And then I finished it. I thought everything was cool till the cops pulled me aside, like, you guys just broke. You guys, they didn't fuck with David. You know, he's all celebrating. They pulled me in a dark room. They pulled me off to the side.
Fuck.
It's like 6 cops
Wait,
and me.
were you in the hotel when this at the
I was
venue?
at the theater. I was at the theater. They
The
pulled me into a
Rosemont.
fucking the secret. They go, "What's your name?" I go, "It's Matt." "What's your last name, Freeman?" "You got ID?" He takes my ID. He goes, "Do you know what you just did?" I go, "What?" "You broke a major liquor law on pay-per-view." I go, "I did." He goes, "Do you ever heard of a man named Prince?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "He did a concert here. We didn't let him drink where you were at because it was breaking liquor laws. What do you think's gonna happen to you right now?" And I'm like, "Oh, this doesn't sound good." Right now, there's like 6 cops. There's me, and he's
totally
like,
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
well, no, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know how." I say, "Well, I didn't think Oregon was strict because you guys got drinking and fully nude strippers." Like,
He just doubled
That's his
down.
logic. That's 209 street
It's
logic
true.
right there.
like you can't, and where I come from, you can't have fully nude strippers and drinking. It's one or the other.
That's
Yeah,
street
that's
law.
true.
That's street
So
law.
I'm thinking, you guys
Yeah.
got to have. If I could get drunk and get a lap dance and have a girl's vagina on my lap, grinding on me when I'm drunk, I should be able to drink in the theater, the Rosemont. Well, I guess not. Apparently, they're really strict about it. And so he takes my information. He goes, "You're lucky I'm not arresting you, but you're never coming back here again."
Did he? That's
And then
crazy.
I snuck out.
Dang. Hey, real quick,
He
we
also
got some.
said they were going to get fined.
One sec, we got some comments that came up here for the live audience. Egghead said Tim doubling up on a Friday. Yeah, I did the bullpen right before this, which is a good show. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. Go to Grappling Hour on YouTube. Soon we're going to be launching a site that will have where to get the show, the latest links and stuff. But that's where it's at for now. And then we got Winter Stick, who is an OG. Matt, you remember our friend Winter Stick. The man, the myth.
Winter Stick. Winter Stick. We don't speak of Ernest Mello. He never existed.
Yeah, he said the man, the myth, the legend, Ernest Mello. And then he followed up with, "See what I did there? Made you think I was going to say Big MF, but I went with the Farmaster instead."
Well, that's funny. That is funny. God, that guy can really lay a lot of farts. He really.
And
can.
then Winter Stick says Matt was doing what retired MMA fighters are doing before he retired, like fighting guys in PCP outside of a bar. Trendsetter.
Well, actually,
I think he wants to hear the
January,
PCP story.
You want to do that crazy fight? The guy was going to kill the girl when I was bouncing. That one.
Yeah, Jesse Reyes says, "Holy crap, I'm dying of laughter. Great to hear you."
Dude,
Thanks,
okay,
Jesse.
so
Also, one more before you get into it. Chris on Instagram said, also Big MF recording live from the bug out bunker.
I know.
hey, bro, this is a nice spot, bro. If I was,
He looks
on
like
drugs,
he's in the Chainsaw Massacre set.
If
It looks
I
like
was
you're
still,
recording anti-government videos.
Yeah.
Hold on,
if
let's
I was
set this
still
up
on
first.
drugs.
The beheading
Go
is
ahead.
going to be after
Let's
this.
set this up first.
Oh
So
God, bro.
I-
Okay.
I want to hear the story about the dude in the bar, and maybe I'm mixing two stories, but I think it's the same story that kind of trips out, and then your bouncer buddy locks you outside.
Yeah, same
with
story.
this
Yes,
guy.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
This is a fucking dude. There's
What?
so many things wrong with the story,
Yes.
but it's so right in a bunch of different ways. This one's a classic. Go ahead.
So there was there was this guy that I couldn't stand. He came into the bar all the time. He managed the movie theater, and he always looked down on me like I was some sort of fucking idiot bouncer. So I couldn't stand him really. He would, "Oh, you're a bouncer. Well, I manage a movie theater. Like, you're so fucking great because you manage a fucking shitty movie theater in Stockton." Anyways, and he hit on my, and I was married at the time. He hit on my wife once in a while. So I'm at the bar and I'm bouncing, and there's this guy, and I'm looking at I'm always looking at people because I'm always trying to figure out who's going to cause trouble. And this guy looked like he was being very aggressive, like in his mannerisms. So I started watching him, and he walks over to the guy that I don't like very much, and he punches him in the fucking kidney. And the guy that I can't stand fell on the ground, went to the cradle position. And he looks at him, and he's on the ground, and he goes, "Dude, dude, why'd you hit me for no reason? And I'm thinking, dude, you're such a bitch. That man can stomp you and you're going to lay, oh my God, you're just going to lay there. And so what I didn't know, what I found out later is the girl that the guy was talking to, he was trying to talk to her and he told her, if you don't talk to me, I'm going to rape you and cut your fucking head off.
Holy shit.
I didn't know
Wow.
that part. At this moment, I did not know
That's
any.
incel behavior right there.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
I
my
did
opening
it.
line.
He was a big,
He
I
ended
don't
with
think I
my
read-
lady.
so I didn't know that, but he was a big motherfucking Mexican with a bald head. That part I knew. So he looked tough to me. And so when he hits him, I'm like, fuck. So I grab him and we're like wrestling and pushing him out the door. We get outside. I take him down. I go for the north-south choke. I got him. He's fucking gurgling. I'm going to put him to sleep. And my bouncer partner, who never liked that much, she goes, don't put him to sleep. You're going to get in trouble. I go, are you sure? Don't do it. I'm sure. I'm ready. All right, I'll put him to sleep. I let him go, and he's like on the ground. He gets up, and he looks at me, and he stands up. I'm like, fuck. My partner shuts the door, and he locks it.
Oh, fuck.
He screams from the glass that I'm going to keep the people safe. You handle this guy now. I'm like, you motherfucker. I had him handled, and I didn't finish him. So we're fighting again. We're squabbing. And at this point, like I'd been bouncing for a while, so I got really lackadaisical and I was getting hammered every night. When I first started bouncing, I would set my limit. You know, I wouldn't have a shot till midnight, another one at 1, and you know, I had a few shots. By then, I'm getting drunk as fuck every goddamn night. I'm smashed as fuck. So I get him down again, and I thought about going to for an arm bar, but I was so drunk I knew I couldn't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew I couldn't do any, at least not an arm bar, but it would require me spinning and pulling his arm down. I would just probably fall down. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to smash him. So I'm hitting him. Bam, bam, bam. I hit this motherfucker till my hand was fucking hurting. I'm smashing him, hammer fist. And I'm like, fuck. And nothing's finishing this guy. And then so I realized that I probably hit him at least a good 30 punches.
Holy shit.
And now I'm tired, you know. And I thought I'm just going to get off of him and he's going to realize that I beat his ass and he's not going to want to fight no more. So I get up and I'm thinking he stands up and we're going to work. And I'm like, fuck. I'm thinking, fuck. And then I realized that in my pocket, I had a can of mace. So I pull out the mace and I dumped it on his
I
pocket.
realized it. I had a can of mace.
I was so
handy
hammered.
in my
forgot.
pocket.
So I dumped a can of mace in his fucking face. That didn't really seem to faze him either. And I'm like,
Fucking
fuck.
yeah.
So we lock up. I tie up with him. I'm punching him. And now the mace is getting on my goddamn hand. And my hand is raw. I don't know what his face could have felt like because my hand is on fire because it's all jacked up and got mace on it. And I dumped. His face was red. I painted his fucking face with mace. I painted it red. I dumped a can of mace on his fucking face. And then so he pushes me back, and I'm thinking, what the fuck am I going to do? And he goes, I'm going to kill you, USA. And then
Oh, shit.
That's like this guy must have just watched Blood In, Blood Out or
Yeah.
something.
No.
He's like,
And
I'm
then he
gonna
looks-
fucking kill you.
he looks at everyone that was looking at him through the mirror, and he saw the girl back there. And he's like, I'm going to fucking rape you, bitch. And he
Oh, I
punches,
haven't forgot. You're getting a spanking when we get
he
home.
punches the glass, and he shatters it. It all comes down. And at that moment, I tackled him, and now everyone came running outside, and we all kind of dogpiled on him. And I got his hand. Someone brought out some fucking zip ties, and I had his hands zip tied.
Dude, how long did they let Big MF just run
It
a
was-
beat
bro.
down on this guy?
It
Dude?
was
Like, what
a
was
minute.
that? Like a 2-minute
It's-
round,
it's-
3-minute round at least,
Bro,
right?
it
Like-
seemed like forever, to be honest with you.
Did you
And then,
did you rely on your training? Like, did you do any like you guillotined him front headlock?
no,
right?
when I got him in the front choke, you know, that was it. It should have been over, but the cocksucking bouncer goes, "Don't choke him out." So I did it. He was and this asshole was the head bouncer that locked me outside with him. And then
Jesus.
I had him mounted and shit, but I was just too drunk to go for like too much. You know, I was so smashed.
yeah.
And then but I hit him hard as fuck. My hand was hurt for days. So now we got him zip tied, and he's on the ground. Now I'm thinking about what just happened. I'm getting really mad. I'm getting so angry that all the shit he put me through. And he's starting to feel.
Hey, what he put you through?
He's
Look what you
starting.
made me do.
Put me through this, man.
Said, man, I was having a nice night.
I was. So he's starting to feel the mace now because whatever he's on is starting to wear off. and I took it. I had him down. I had him on his face, on his stomach, and I had my knee on his back. And I took my hand and I shoved his face into the concrete as hard as I could,
Fuck.
rubbing it.
Oh.
I was cross facing his head into the fucking
That's just
into the
tactic.
cement, and he starts going, and I said, "You stupid motherfucker!" And I slapped him, bam, in the back of the head. And every time I would slap him, he would scream. I'm like, "Bam! I fucking hate you, you little bitch!" Bam, bam, bam. Smacked him quite a few times, and the police get there, and I think that I'm in the right, and the police get there. They go, "Who used the mace?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I might get in trouble." And I was like, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he fucked up. I'm not gonna get in trouble for this. And so they started questioning me, and I said that I said, well, we were wrestling, and there was mace on the ground. I seen it, and I was in fear for my life, and I grabbed it and used it. And
what'd
then
they
so they let it slide.
Damn.
They let it slide. They arrested him, and that was the end of it. And then after they arrested him, this is kind of cool. The whole bar started applauding, like they started clapping. For him, and all the chicks.
This is Roadhouse now.
And all this is a pretty fucked up bar in Stockton, and all the chicks wanted to hang out that night.
There you go.
So he may have fucked my shit up, but I got laid because of that beatdown.
Nice.
You got the last laugh in the end.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to that guy. I don't know what he was on, but holy shit, man. I hit him hard, bro. Hammer fisting and punches, and it didn't seem
Real quick, man, we got a comment from Jesse Reyes. He said, "Gotta tell the elevator story. I'm from Stockton." I think he's talking about the casino fight story.
Oh
It's
god,
a dramatic story.
that was even a worse fight, bro. Oh shit, bro.
Hang on a second though. We gotta
restart Instagram.
do we?
Yeah.
Is it down?
It's down.
Okay. All right. They removed the content.
What?
because
Those
I'm
fucking
because I'm sharing Instagram
How
photos,
dare
I
you.
guess. God dang. Okay, let me reload it.
you cocksuckers.
I guess
Fuck
you
you,
can't
Instagram.
share your own Instagram on Instagram Live.
You can't share
Sure
your
was
own
that-
Instagram on Instagram.
Sure was that.
That's
on
a
couple,
violation.
It's
buzzwords?
banned and it's gonna stay banned.
I don't think they're killing buzzwords, do you?
I would
Fuck you, Zuckerberg.
You could say fuck. He didn't say anything outside of that. He didn't-
Hey, listen, we're for the Jews. We're for everything they're doing right now. We're against the Palestinians.
No,
we love Israel. Let us say what we want.
Stop saying things.
Let's try
Don't let
this
us say what
again.
we want if we're for the Jews. If you're for the Jews, you can do whatever you want.
All right, we're gonna try this again. 1 second, man.
All right.
This is still live to YouTube, by the way, just so y'all know.
Yeah, if you want to
What's
move over
up,
to
YouTube?
YouTube, it's all good.
The comments are actually coming from YouTube. So
YouTube.
Perfect.
yeah, I gotta reset this Instagram stream if I can. All right, remove. Now let me add it. This is so silly.
How long were you a bouncer, Big MF? Was it?
2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then I realized, fuck, man, I'm the guy that's taking all the risk. I'm not making that much money.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be the guy that's going to fucking go to prison if I fuck somebody up.
Dude, especially in
quit.
Stockton, you must have seen some shit out there, man.
I was actually pretty good about not getting in fights if I could help it.
Yeah,
Like, I really wasn't. I knew bouncers that loved to fight. They would look like, dude, like, some of the back in those days, you had like Nick Diaz's gym. You had Steve Heath who taught Nick Diaz. You had a bunch of guys who were bouncing because they like to fight. I was kind of doing it for money.
I
really
want you to guys to look at the comments here, and then look at how many weeks old the comment is.
Oh shit.
Can you see that name right there? What name is that?
I can't see anything.
That's Danny.
Yeah.
That's morning class Daniel.
Morning class, Daniel.
Oh, that is morning
That's
class.
407 weeks ago. You guys are killing the game right now. Thanks for always keeping it real. You got a Vallejo ghetto pass. This was from Danny way back then, dude.
Holy shit.
crazy.
Stockton, motherfucker.
He
Vallejo
trains here
ain't
now.
shit compared to Stockton.
Isn't that crazy that dude that left that comment is a student here? He's got his blue belt here not too long ago. He's hilarious, dude. He's been
Yeah.
riding for Inside BJJ forever, dude.
Forever,
For
dude.
literally forever, dude. So major props out to Daniel. Daniel's
Dang.
a cool fucking dude.
Yeah, he is.
Holy shit. That's my old oh my god. This is
Check this one
crazy,
out.
bro.
Okay, that's you and I at Proving Grounds, and then I think
that's
the one in the
Danaher.
middle.
That's when Danaher jerked you off.
That's when I interviewed him. I just downloaded that interview. I'm gonna republish it on the podcast for free. I'm just gonna put it out there. And then the other one I think is like a Gracie Worlds maybe that we went to.
That's the Gracie Worlds of Dillashaw. That's when Dwayne Bank first took over head coach of Alpha Male.
Oh yeah, that's TJ.
We literally saw the whole thing unfold. We were right in the middle of all of it, all the drama, all the shit.
Yeah. Well, Dwayne was coming on the podcast
When he
regularly.
first took over as coach, I'm like, that's a great idea because your striking is so top notch. They can only get better. And then the next thing you know, he was getting fired, and there was drama, and it was pretty crazy to be in the middle of all that.
We're for somehow Inside BJJ's managed to stay in the middle of
We
everything.
were so much in the middle that Danny Castillo wanted to beat both of our asses.
I know. I was just
really?
thinking that he
He
sent me
texted you drunk in the middle. I said, "You guys are fucking assholes."
more or less. He was like, "Now what?" But I'm cool with him.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll box.
I don't care.
I'll box his ass up if he still wants to get at it.
Matt's always promoting.
Hey, listen, we can put boxing gloves on and get in a celebrity boxing ring, and I have no problem boxing Danny Castillo at all
Yeah.
whatsoever.
In that top corner, that's myself. That's Ben, the
Oh,
founder of Guardian
Guardian,
Gym, Matt.
yeah.
And then on the
Ben.
right, that's Yeppy, Jonathan Tomasian, who's a super
He's
stud black belt.
now
right
he's right now he's in Ukraine fighting the Russians.
no, he's Armenian, not Ukrainian.
Oh, is there a difference? I'm just kidding. I kid.
There's let's see what else we got. Oh, this is a great one right here. Look, this
Oh,
little
that's
Dang.
that's
This
a
guy.
lie. That's what all the people say.
he was a
had
showman
grappler
even
ears.
back then, dude.
He had grappler ears since he was a baby.
You're
Yeah.
flying. Those are handles, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Oh, that's great. What else?
Shot down in May.
Hey, did you guys see this dude who heckled Hulk Hogan?
No.
No.
Oh, dude. Okay, give me a second. And then we'll go back to the elevator story. But Matt, I thought you would really get a laugh out of this.
How
dude.
dare he heckle Hulk Hogan?
Oh, dude, this is like seriously funny, dude. I'm gonna pull it up. I sent it to you today.
Uh-huh.
This guy
To me? I didn't get it.
Okay, this dude showed up at a Hulk Hogan rally thing, like appearance.
Rally.
Kind of as Hulk Hogan, I guess. I mean, kind of, sort of, right?
Trumpomania running wild, brother.
And he basically tries to like make Hulk Hogan super uncomfortable, more or less, is what he's trying to do, you know? And I think he really succeeded at it. So I'm just going to run this. I hope you guys can hear it. Oh, no, you can't hear it. Wait.
I am a real
Look at Hulk Hogan.
I can't see anything. What are you looking at?
Island. Trump. No physical. No political violence. No political violence. No political violence, though.
What happened?
Oh, you couldn't hear that?
You couldn't see it.
I heard no political
Oh.
violence or no political.
Ah, that's a travesty, man. That's too bad. You guys heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, basically, this guy dressed up in a wig. I'll just talk you through it. He dressed up in a wig.
I didn't even want to talk about it. We should no sell this. This guy does not have no sell. Don't give this guy no publicity.
He's protecting Hulk Hogan.
No publicity. Hulk Hogan doesn't deserve that.
So
He
this
gave us
guy,
WrestleMania.
I thought you would really appreciate this troll. He showed up in a wig.
Fuck that guy. I'd beat that fucking guy's ass.
He
if I
went
ever
up
met
to
him.
the front and he's like, "Hey, brother!" And he got Hulk Hogan on his side in the beginning, and then he goes, "We're gonna put this is the MAGA powers. We're gonna put the big boot." When he said they were gonna put the
on
big
trans?
boot on trans,
Yeah.
Hogan's eyes were like, "Who the fuck is this guy right here?" Like,
You mean Adrian? He meant Adrian Adonis.
Yeah.
so hey. Talking about wrestling, did you see Netflix is getting ready to come out with Mr. McMahon? They're gonna like do a big.
Wrestling's going to Netflix too. It's leaving USA. They're gonna have it all on Netflix.
You know, I think that
Which
the
is crazy.
UFC might end up on Netflix as well because they're the other
Big
TKO
surprise.
property, and their contract is coming
It's
up with
supposed to go
ESPN.
more edgy, more fucking like it was in the 90s is what I'm hearing.
UFC.
I mean, the McMahon thing is going to be crazy.
WWE.
Like, I want to watch.
Oh.
I want to watch that.
They're
They're gonna show McMahon shitting on girls.
Well, that's the rumor that he pooped
There was-
on these chicks.
They're gonna
Really?
show
I
it
had
where.
no idea.
that he and Brock Lesnar tagged up, and then
What?
they like.
Well, no, they didn't
were-
say Brock. It's either Brock or John Laurinaitis, one of the two.
Oh,
One of the two, the shitting one. But
No
we're
idea.
supposed
I
to.
hadn't heard that.
Allegedly.
Well, we're supposed to.
Allegedly.
He
Allegedly.
shit
well,
on-
this is the lawsuit.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
well, there is a lawsuit, but so you've seen his text messages to her, but what we haven't seen is hers to him. We never see what she says
Yeah.
because this woman. I mean, I believe she was a willing participant. To be honest with you, I think she was down for all of it.
I
Maybe he
I
went
don't
too far
even,
when he shit on
look,
her.
This is where
He bought her cars. He gave her money. He took her around the world.
I mean, you hear about
Mark,
it with the
It's like Mark
shakes,
Henry.
allegedly.
Mark Henry said, the strongest man in the world. He goes, "You're saying you was suffering." He goes, "Was you suffering when you bought you a new car? Were you suffering when he gave you all that money? But now you're suffering. You can't be
about-
suffering one way and not the other."
I think this would be real easy if I was the judge, and I'll tell you why I would throw it out of court. It's real easy.
Oh, you would throw it out of court.
Oh yeah, right away. I could just be like, I'm going to save everybody a bunch of time and money.
All right,
Here's why.
Let's hear it.
It's hard enough to find one person that likes scat and wants to mix feces and sex.
Yeah.
Okay, there's
Yeah.
some. Okay, but hear me out. But you mean to tell me you're going to find another dude to do it with you, with
Yeah.
this girl, and
Yeah.
you're going to shit all over
Now,
her?
and I'm going to add
I
something to that.
can't.
So
I
this
can't.
guy was able.
Right.
I just
This
can't
other
buy- this is
guy.
crazy.
This other guy was able to keep his shit hard, while an old 80-year-old man who eats protein drinks shit on somebody else.
It's just too crazy.
There's no way. That's old man shit. There's no fucking
Oh
way.
God, it's so gross.
That's 80-year-old man shit. He's got gas in his body. It's been there for 80 years coming out.
That's all right. I think it's time for the elevator story.
It's time
So
to
let
move
me
on from that.
let me set
Tim,
this
I
up.
want you to say switching gears.
Switching gears now. Let's talk about IBJJF rule sets.
Yeah.
You guys
Um,
don't like pooing on people?
No, Andrew. Big surprise, huh?
I mean, we've all probably got shit on our dick once or twice, but
Well,
I mean, we're all grown men. We've all seen Two Girls, One Cup.
I actually
Was
haven't
like-
seen it.
Oh, what?
somebody,
I-
you know
I
that's
haven't seen
crazy.
it.
Man,
Somebody just
It's
kinda
I
like
don't
the
want to talk about it.
baptism
I
into
don't want to
the
talk about it.
internet.
Oh my god, no!
Ice cream.
You don't want to hear about. Dude, you don't want to.
I don't care.
bro. Trust me.
It's gross enough.
It's pretty bad. It's worse than the McMahon story.
It's better when you know it's ice cream.
Not by much.
So,
Oh,
um,
I'm more of a Pain Olympics man myself.
so let's set this up. So basically, Matt goes
Elevator.
to a
Black Hawk Casino.
he goes to the Black Hawk Casino with a friend.
Black Hawk or
The-
Black Cock?
Black Hawk.
Black
Hawk.
Gotcha.
And
That is
just
unfortunate naming.
I'm gonna stop
I
talking
think
in a
actually-
second, but
Okay.
I want to set the tone for people that have never heard the story.
Okay.
Okay, so it's at a casino. It involves Matt's group and another group. Okay.
All right.
And it's very like spy versus spy almost, like Guy Ritchie style in the elevator play. So I want you to keep that in mind, and also keep in mind that Stockton is a really rough town. Okay, but
Yeah.
this didn't take place in Stockton. It took place in an Indian casino out somewhere, probably going towards the foothills.
Yeah.
Now, the other crew is from another real rough town. And so it's like this, I'm from here, I'm from there
Okay.
kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Real modern day.
first
West
of
Side
all,
Story.
I had just broken up with this chick, so I was smashed. I was angry, and I was trying to find some other girls to smash. And I was with a buddy who was probably one of my more crazier friends. We were talking to these chicks. There was two chicks. One chick was kind of down, the other one wasn't. And I'm like, let's just get out of here. This bitch is not down. But he was the one that was feeling. He was trying to stick around because the one chick was feeling him. I'm like, bro, come on, man, let's get the fuck out of here. This other chick didn't want to talk to us. And what I didn't notice, because I was hammer fucking drunk, like drunk as fuck, is that behind us there's these brothers talking shit about us. And I didn't realize that, but he did. He's seen these guys coming. And so I'm like, dude, let's just go. Let's talk to some other chick. So as we're leaving, The brothers get closer and they say, yo, man, let us talk to the girls. And I'm like, okay, go talk to them. We're leaving. And I notice my friend is turning his head and the other guy's turning, and they're eyeballing each other the whole time walking by each other. And the other guy stops. He goes, what? And then my friend stops. He goes, what? I'm like, oh, no.
It's the what? The battle of
what?
whats.
There was 4 whats. And the other guy goes, I'm from Oakland. Where you from, motherfucker? And he goes, and then my friend goes, I'm from Stockton, motherfucker. And he grabs my friend's hand. He goes, I'm from Oakland, bitch. And I'm like, I'm really, really fucking drunk. And I said, and I pushed him. I said, get your hands off my friend. And I don't know why I didn't expect to get punched, because I was leaning forward and he hits me and he drops me on the ground. I'm on the ground. I'm thinking he really hit me fucking hard, man. Like my face hurt for like months after that. I'm on the ground. I'm seeing stars. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. And I notice this motherfucker is running at me. He's going to kick me in the face. And at the last second, I get out of the way and I hit this little Sakuraba low single takedown. Nice. I get him down. He turns around. He's trying to get up. And I can feel how strong and explosive this motherfucker is. And I'm like thinking, fuck. And I say out loud, I say, oh, Jesus, please let me get a hook in. So I get one hook in. I'm thinking, oh, my God, I got to get it. And I see him he's harder trying to get up. He's moving quicker. And I say, Jesus, please, Jesus, let me get my second hook in. I get it in, and I flatten him out. Now he's flattened out underneath me on his stomach. And I say, thank you, Jesus. And I whisper and say, you're fucking dead now. And this motherfucker, he starts throwing backwards punches. And usually those ain't shit. He's so strong that he's fucking me up with backward punches. It's fucking me up. It's dazing me. I'm bleeding. I'm leaking all over the place. He's like, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, holy shit. I've never been hit so hard with a backwards punch. But it allowed me to slip in the choke. And I noticed my buddy's fighting his buddy. My buddy's got hit the other guy on the ground. He's got him in a guillotine. Right when he hits the guillotine, I hit the fucking rear naked and I squeezed as hard as I can. To this day, my elbow's fucked up from squeezing so hard. He goes to sleep. I see security there. I stand up because I don't want to get in trouble. I go, hey, we're leaving. We don't want no trouble. And the security never even intervened or nothing. They just let us all fight. And then so we're going to the elevator. We're hella drunk. We get to the elevator. We leave. We're trying to find our fucking car. We can't find it because we're that drunk. So we go back to the elevator, go up to the next level. When we go back to the elevator, those motherfuckers are in the elevator. And then now there's more of them. And I'm thinking maybe we should run. I'm thinking run. But my fucking crazy friend goes, ah! And he jumps on all of them. We all start fighting. And then now we're fighting. Now I'm fighting the same guy that already dropped me once, and I'm fighting, and he's got somebody else with him. There was 5 of them. It was 2 on me and 3 on my buddy. And the same guy, I'm just throwing wild punches in the air and missing everybody. And then he hits me, motherfucker knocks me down again. I get up, hits me, knocks me down again. And I'm thinking in my head, you've been knocked down 3 times. You've got to be really fucked up by now. I hit the same Sakuraba. I take him down. Thank God for that takedown, bro. And this time, I'm in his guard, not in his back. And his buddy's kicking me. And I see my friend, he's down the ground. And 2 guys are kicking him. And I'm thinking, if something doesn't change, we're dead. He's kicking me in the head. He's stomping me. And I'm thinking, you got to think of something. You got to think of something. You got to think of something. Out of nowhere, I reach into his pants. And I grab his balls. And I squeeze them. I start squeezing as hard as I can. He starts screaming. And I said, I don't care how many times your motherfucking friend hits me. I'm not going to stop squeezing till I'm fucking dead or you call everybody off. And so he started screaming, stop, everyone stop, 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 stop. And so they stopped and I got up and they all got up. And I think they realized the cops were almost there at that moment because security was been watching. They start fucking walking away, and my dumbass friend tries to chase them.
Oh my gosh! And
I grab my screen. What the fuck is wrong with you? So they leave, and then so they want our statement, and I didn't know. I've never. My buddy's been in these situations many a time. I really haven't. I'm almost ready to tell him what happened. He goes, "Fuck that! Don't tell him shit." And he's like, "You guys let us get fucking attacked. You guys let us get hurt. We're gonna sue all you motherfuckers." And they got hella scared when we said that. They got hella scared, and security just left us alone. Then we found our car and drove home drunk. That was into that.
He said that
Drunk and beat up, dude. Holy shit.
But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, 5 of them, 2 of us, we walked away. We walked away. Besides my broken face, walked away all right.
Yo, Big MF, that was hella smart thinking, dude. I mean, honestly, like, I don't give a fuck what people say. Like, dude, because you're right. You were about to fucking get killed. You're about
I
to
had
get
to
your
come up
face
with something
stomped.
real quick, and it was like,
Bro.
and it wasn't going to be technical.
Balls.
You know what? Actually, you know what? In the back of my head, you know what came into my brain? Literally, Gary Goodrich.
Balls. Oh.
Gary Goodrich. I thought about Gary Goodrich.
peanut butter.
That's what we interviewed. We interviewed Gary Goodrich in his Valley Pseudo fight when he said he did this. He reached into the pants, grabbed the guy's balls, and he said he turned them into peanut butter.
Fuck.
And I thought about that for a split second. I went, bam, I got you. That is one of the. That's a submission right there, if you ask me.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I would tap fairly quickly.
Yeah. That's a tap all day.
I think the funny part about that whole story is those guys probably thought we were dead. Like they probably thought that, like, you know, these guys are toast. They had no idea they were going to get met with that type of force that night.
Yeah, man. It's just it's crazy how these weird situations pop off too. The reason why we got blocked on Instagram is the photo that I shared
Oh, the
of
middle
you
finger.
and I doing the middle finger for the EBI 9 bracket breakdown light heavyweights. Yeah, I guess that was too offensive for
It was very offensive
Instagram.
for Zuckerfuck.
Aren't you
It goes against community guidelines.
doing it again?
I'm putting pressure on Zuck not to.
Could have incited violence.
Shit, I just did it again on accident.
Oh,
I forgot that it's live streaming.
Dude, what a bunch of fucking pussy ass shit, though, man. What the fuck?
I
is
mean,
the world
that's
turned
pretty
into?
weak sauce. I don't get it.
You guys should recreate that picture next time you're in town, Matt.
Yeah, I hope they don't fuck with me, but they probably will.
Fucking Zuckerberg.
Mike Winterstick says Matt is afflicted with Mackenzie Dern voice change.
Did it change like that? Their voices act like that now?
No, he's just acting like you're hamming your voice up.
I'd still hit it.
Mackenzie Dern is doing pretty well in the UFC right now.
She's real thick.
You'd smell her hair. Yeah.
Do you remember, Matt? Do you remember? I don't know if you remember the guy. He came by Stockton Jiu-Jitsu one night, and he's like, "Whoa, you guys are really cool with your feet. Like you do really neat stuff with your feet." He watched. He watched the whole class. And at the end, we're like, "Hey, we're trying to get people to sign up." We're like, "What's up, dude?" And he's like,
Hey, man, we want to sign up for. You want to sign up? Give me your credit card.
He's like, "You guys do really creative, interesting things with your feet. It's really fascinating." And he kept talking about feet. And he lingered until there was about 10 people left at the gym. And he goes, "Hey, I'm doing a project for Delta College, which is a junior college in Stockton. And it involves feet. And I need to take pictures of different kinds of feet. Do you guys mind? Like, would any of you let me?" And immediately I'm like, "You're a motherfucking freak. You don't have a fucking anything going on. You just like feet."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Nah, dude, not interested." Well, everyone told him no, except one dude who was like super nice. Who happened
You want
to
to see
be
my
like
feet? You want to see my car?
he happened to be like the best looking dude in the crew. He looked like a freaking like a model kind of a dude. And he's like, "Yeah, you could take a picture."
Did he
of
look
my
like
feet."
Rick Martel?
Yes, he's like got that, but he's like half Japanese, half American, I think, maybe, or something. But anyway, just a good looking dude, right? He goes out there. That guy probably thought I hit the jackpot. Took pictures of his feet, and we're like, "Yo, bro, like, nah, you shouldn't have did that." Like, ugh. So never thought about it.
Yeah.
3 years later, I opened 10th Planet Stockton. We're running the gym, doing our shit. This guy comes in, and he goes, I just got here from 24-hour fitness. The 24-hour fitness is down the street.
Yeah.
Or it was In Shape City on Hammer. He goes, In Shape City."
He said, "Can I touch your feet?
So I'm like, "Cool." And he goes,
Would you
"Yeah,
would
dude."
you stick your toe on my butthole?"
We know some guys that would. He goes, yeah, man, there was a guy at 24 Hour or In Shape City who was doing a project for school, and he was asking to take pictures of people's feet. And I
3
was
years
like,
later.
Oh, dude,
It's a long time to be in junior.
Did you let it? He's like, I didn't let him take a picture of my feet. I'm like, I bet you did. How much
Damn.
do you think that guy sells those photos?
Do you think he's still in school? Long
COVID.
time to be in junior college.
Who's
Man, you should have gotten him on the
pod?
on the no.
Oh.
On
You
the
You should have
membership.
like asked
You
him
should
how
have been
you
like,
shoulda-
dude, if you get a membership, you could take all the pictures you want.
all you want?
You should have asked premium membership, like $300 a month. You
Yeah.
could take pictures of all. You could touch my feet. You could suck on my toe for $500.
500.
I mean,
That's not a bad.
it's not a bad price, right? Just stick my toe in your mouth
It's
for $1,000. I'll stick my dick in your mouth.
Oh wow.
You should have
That's
gone.
not
with
gay,
le-
it's
You should have
my-
gone less. 500 for a toe. It's like $50 for the D. How do you guys feel about feet?
You know, we walk on them. They're pretty gross. They get everywhere.
I don't have a foot fetish, but I've had a couple of foot jobs in my life.
There you go. Yeah. I don't.
An Asian girl's good feet, yeah.
I'm not. You take them or leave them. I'm not like especially got anything going on there.
I like titties and vagina and ass better than feet, personally.
It's a
Tend to agree.
controversial stance
Yeah.
these days.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Wild. What a wild story.
I identify more with like big titties and big asses than feet.
You identify more with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said yes.
By the way, when you were telling
Like
that
I'd rather have big titties in my mouth or maybe a big ass in my mouth. I mean,
than
if I'm
toes?
gonna be honest.
I mean, I would agree with him.
Most
Although
definitely.
have
live-
had a
I can
toe
live
on
Most
without
my-
that.
definitely.
I
gonna
can live
toe.
with never having a toe in my mouth.
He says it
but,
like, I bet
but
you
like-
like fingerling potatoes.
but like
He's
if
like,
it meant
I
if,
prefer them over the mashed.
well, if I
Everyone's
had
like,
to
I like mashed. I like fingerlings.
if I had to suck on your toe to get to your pussy, I guess I would do it.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
You
I'd
gotta
rather
pay him.
suck on a titty than a toe. But
there's
I have
nary
sucked
a
on
Me too.
route a man won't take to get to ye vagina.
Yeah. There's an end goal here, you know.
Look, I'm gonna give you a marker. Draw it out the path you want me to
Yeah.
take, and I'll just do
Really?
that.
Just follow it.
when I first got divorced, I was going to the bars just smashing bitches, and I was talking to this girl, and I was like, I was hitting on this girl, and I was like, I tell her I'd love to eat your pussy, and she goes, I would never let you eat my pussy because you have a mustache. And I said, if the only thing stopping me from getting to that is my mustache, I would pluck it right now. I would pull my mustache out.
Yeah.
Jesse Reyes says, "There's two guys in this world: dudes who let the guy take the feet pics and liars."
That's kind of what I was thinking the whole time.
I think Jesse's in Japan right now.
Taking feet pics?
No, he is in the Air Force.
Nice.
Yeah.
So listen,
Sweet.
I don't think I told you this yet. Two things I haven't told you. In October I'm going to Texas to wrestle. I'm wrestling in Texas 2 nights in a row,
What city?
and then San Antonio for
Nice.
no, it's gonna be, man, dude. It's like it's hard to believe, bro. This is like a fucking 12-year-old me is blowing a load right now. It's like I'm going to Texas to wrestle for Sean Hernandez, who's been on TV, has been all over the world. He's booking us to come out there to perform. And then in January, actually at a casino out here in Northern California, I have an MMA fight coming up.
Wow.
So
you
it's
got
like-
an MMA fight coming up.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it, man. To be honest with you, I've seen the competition at these casinos. And if I thought they were tough, I wouldn't do it. But these guys kind of suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, anything can happen in a fight. I could get laid out. I'm not dumb, but I think chances are I'm gonna fuck whoever this guy is up because I haven't seen that many guys that are all that tough in my humblest of opinions.
How has so in January, so if you're going to fight in January,
I got a lot of time.
when would you start getting ready?
Well, I'm drinking tonight. I got to quit pretty soon. I'm working on techniques now. I'm gonna work on some techniques.
What does it mean? When guys say they're doing technique, it means they're drinking all the time.
No, it doesn't mean that. I got to work. See, I don't really plan. I don't know who I'm fighting. I don't plan. I feel I feel pretty good with my hands these days. So I want to do the Nick Diaz. Like, I'm gonna try to box you. If you take me down, then we'll do some jiu-jitsu. So I got to work on my guard and all that shit if I get taken down. But I feel I've been boxing a lot, and it's funny because when you're boxing with big ass gloves, and then you take those gloves off and you're using little gloves, it's a lot easier to land shots.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's pretty true.
It doesn't affect like, because like the padding on the glove, it doesn't like mess up your timing.
Nah, it makes it easier in my opinion, for me, it makes it easier to slip them in because the other guy doesn't have a big glove to stop you. It's a smaller hand coming through. I personally feel like it don't mess me up. It makes it, and plus most of my life was just MMA, and then I started training boxing somehow, and then before I knew it, I'm like 9 years training boxing. I'm like, holy shit, I actually know how to box. Like, it dawned on me one day that I could box. Like, I was always like, afraid to get punched in the face. Sort of. I want to take a guy down. Like when I first saw the UFC, I was like, you could not get punched in the face and you could take a guy down and win. And I thought for a while that all you had to do was drag a guy on top of you and just tap him out. That was how easy it was. That's what I first thought. And then things changed after that, and you had to, whatever, learn how to fight. But then I started boxing, and Toby Flores, who's a tough boxer. One of the first, he was a top ESPN top 10 middleweight fighter who also owned a Eric Shingo blue belt, Cesar Gracie blue belt. Was one of the first, probably, in the year late 90s, early 2000s, was first real legit real fucking boxer who also had a blue belt. And so he had a good understanding of MMA and boxing. So he was training me. And then I got with another guy named Felipe Martinez, he's really good. I met him. He was in Lathrop, and that's when back in the day when I was doing MMA, and he taught me boxing. And later on, Felipe blew up. He's got a boxing gym. He's got guys boxing on Showtime, and and all these Mexican kids. And it's like, bro, like, I mean, I train a lot of his gym, and all these young Mexican kids they just got fucking heart, bro. They got fucking so much heart that I like going there and training with them. And they're young. And so I did that boxing, that underground boxing thing. Like, I don't remember when it was, but it was a while ago now. And I was training there with I was training with these guys, and these guys are fighting for real. They're young, and I was like, listen, I go, I feel like I could do this, but if you guys think that I'm insane and I'm delusional and I shouldn't do this, I want you to tell me that don't do this. You're fucking out of your mind. But I'm going by what you tell me. If you think that I could do this, I know I'm old. I'm fucking 49. I know I probably shouldn't be doing this, but if y'all say don't do it, I won't do it. But if you think that I could do it, then I'll fucking do it. And then so I'm training with these dudes, and it was really, 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 really fucking hard to get the win. It was fucking hard to get the win to go 3 fucking rounds. I'm not kidding. So like I was trying to get 3 solid rounds in me, and it was 3 solid rounds of boxing. It sounds easy, but it's fucking hard. So I'm training and training and training and training. I'm gassing every time. I'm gassing in the 3rd round. Every training, gassing. 3rd round, gassing. And finally, I was thinking about pulling out. I'm like, fuck, I should just pull out of this. I'm like, you can't. You already signed up for it. Pull out. You're gonna be a fucking, you know who's gonna respect you. You might as well just go and take your beating. And then so the fight was on a Sunday, and my last training session was Friday. And Friday I had the cardio where I didn't gas. And I'm like, holy shit, I could do this. The goddamn Friday for the Sunday I was fucking fighting is when I finally didn't get tired during all the training. And then so we're in there boxing, and my cousin Super Cuz is in my corner, and Isaac De Jesus, he had about 30 pro MMA fights. He was in my corner too, and I known him for a long time. So and I my fear was, you don't know, what am I gonna do when I get out there? Maybe I bitch up, maybe he hits me and I just can't fight, And so I'm going out there and he cracks me, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? This is a fucking punch. I just got hit, and I kind of stopped for a second, and I was like, what the fuck? And I hear my cousin going, you fucking idiot. He goes, put your hands up. That's basic fucking boxing, motherfucker. And then I was like, oh, he's right. So I got my hands up, and we started boxing after that. And after that, it was a fucking fight, And then we went 3 rounds. One round I socked him up. Like I had the second round, I had him in the corner. He backed up. He buckled. I hit him. I threw it good. I don't know. I threw a fuckload of punches, and he didn't end up going down. Then we ended up going the distance, and I lost the decision that a lot of people thought that I won. But I'm cool with that. Whatever. Fuck, I'm 49. He's in his 20s. I'm in my 40s, and we fought the distance. People thought I won. They gave it to you. But, you know, and after that fight, it was Sunday night. I went out and got drunk. I drank till like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I went to work the next day. I feel like I won. like I feel like I won that shit based on all that. I feel like I won.
Hey, we got a comment from Brandon McCatherine. Said, "Finally, we got a real man on the show."
McCracken, this is for you. BMAC. Should I say BMAC?
You call him whatever you want to call him. Man.
He's a sweet Southern belle, you know.
I found a oh, sorry guys.
So anyway, the wrestling
The
shit.
hell was
This Monday I'm wrestling, and Sunday I'm wrestling at the Taco Fest in at the Hard Rock Hotel out here. So that should be pretty dope.
Nice. The Taco Fest.
Taco, is that like a ladies
Tacos.
like on
Tacos.
like a ladies night type of thing?
I mean, there should be a lot
No,
of
that's
senoritas.
that's the dusty taco.
Yeah.
Tacos,
Nice one.
cervezas,
Nice try.
margaritas, senoritas.
Tortas. Ay, que
Tortas.
torta.
We were talking about tortas in
Bring
the
it back.
pre-show.
Ay, que mango, papi.
Senoritas with big culos.
So, let's tell another story.
Man,
all
we're
I
just
got.
going down memory
I would
lane
love to
tonight.
have Matt's perspective on the karate thing when you were growing up, like we talked
What?
about a couple years ago.
Oh, you guys want to ask Matt questions about me? That's kind of funny.
Let's go. Fire.
So Tim told a story a couple weeks ago where you and another cousin, was it Super Cuz, that moved in?
Me and my brother James moved in.
You and James moved in.
Yeah.
And he said you guys were training a little bit of karate,
Yeah.
and little Timmy would come with you every now and then, and he got so apeshit about it that his parents said, "All right, you can't even fucking talk about karate in the house anymore." I want to get your perspective on that little era.
I'll give you a little. Okay, so first of all, in those days, little Timmy was very, very, very weak. It was like he was so weak. It was like we all ate first, and whatever was left, and it wasn't much, he got it. So he got no nourishment. He got no nourishment. So, and we were very also religious. So like karate was kind of like in our little cult religion, karate was kind of pushing it. Like you probably weren't supposed to do it. But my mom was like, well, I'm a single mother, and she felt like. Really, she probably did because she wanted to meet new guys because she was getting divorced and shit. But she was like, I'm a single mom and I gotta be able to defend myself. So we're doing karate. My brother actually, we were too poor. My brother couldn't do karate. He would come and watch, but I would do it with my brother. I would show him what I learned. It was all bullshit, really. And it was Morse karate, actually. Morse karate. And they had this fucking story that I believed at the time that Al Moore actually fought Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And he beat
really?
him.
Oh, they were legendary in
Whoa.
Stockton.
And they
Really?
and they say they have. And Morse karate was like they studied the movements of animals. They had the cobra, they had the tiger, they had the crane, they had all these fucking animal movements, right?
That's
and
right.
so like, but there was no UFC then. You believed all this shit, you know?
Right.
They had like the knife edge kick and the crane kick and the cobra punch and all this, all this fucking bullshit. And then so looking back, there was like few. You might have learned some few, like a couple of decent strikes, but mostly bullshit. But this motherfucker would like go crazy because he wasn't allowed. So they taught us when you punched, you would say dust, 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 dust. And this fucking guy would do this dust, 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 dust for an hour straight. Dust, 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 dust. And it was like he wound him up. Dust, 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 dust. Like fucking animal on like animal screaming dust from the Muppets. It was so bad that we were not allowed to talk about. He wasn't allowed to talk about karate. I wasn't allowed to bring it up, and he wasn't allowed to go to none of our karate classes. That's how bad it was. That's how
Let me
crazy.
share with you guys this karate logo here.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
all of that stuff got like like the UFC, huh? Like that just
It was
Yeah.
way
that's
before
a
the
complete
UFC.
proof of it.
Yeah, the first few there were dudes that were
More shows.
there
It's
were
okay,
dudes that
show
were showing
shoot.
up with like
Show
blue
shoot.
black
Yeah.
belts and
So like, I'll tell you what's even
that's
funnier about.
pretty rad.
So what's funnier about this Morris Karate is years later you have Nick Diaz and Steve Heath and Phil Torres on Pacific Avenue.
They're still around.
They were.
They're still around. Yeah.
Okay, so they were on Pacific Avenue. The guy that taught most people how to fight was Steve Heath. Nick Diaz was a teenager and he was teaching us all how to fight. And somehow somebody went into Morris Karate looking for the Phil Torres, jiu-jitsu dojo. And so the guy sent him, Let's Not Us is that way. So the guy for some reason decided to come into our dojo.
Okay, so real quick. Hang on a second. Phil Torres is a dude in Stockton who had a gym, right? That was
Yes,
like
he had a gym.
another Cesar Gracie kind of gym.
Affiliate.
There were like a bunch of gyms in Stockton that were all Cesar Gracie gyms.
Okay.
It was is weird, but originally everybody was together. But even when they split, they all stayed under Caesar.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, hell, yeah.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's how it
There's
works.
gotta
I
be a
don't know.
story
man.
behind that.
So
I have
Phil
no idea,
Torres is
man.
that guy.
Okay.
One of those
okay.
guys.
He
I
had
think-
he had the gym that Nick trained out of.
Nick and Steve and Phil Torres, Nick Diaz, Carlton, all these local Stockton legends were at this gym. Steve, is
Carlton.
probably the baddest motherfucker I ever met in my entire life. Really, that's the last guy I'd ever want to fuck with.
Hmm.
But so this guy from Morris
Listen,
Karate,
I gotta say, yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Sorry,
for
Matt,
sure.
there's a little delay.
Yeah, so go ahead. So the Morris Karate guy. So they had a Taekwondo school first, and then they ended up, learning. Phil Torres learned jiu-jitsu from Cesar Gracie, and they ended up opening up a school. Steve ended up there, Nick ended up there, and the jiu-jitsu was upstairs, jiu-jitsu / MMA. And so we're training up there, and this Morris Karate guy ends up walking upstairs, and he goes, "Hey, did that guy come here that I sent over here?" And then we didn't know what he was talking about. He goes, "I'm from Morris Karate. I'm a black belt in Morris Karate." And I'm like thinking, "Oh, I went to that fucking shitty ass place, And then he tells me, he goes, just in front of Steve and Nick, he goes, "I don't really get your guys' shit over here. It's like, why would you? I'm not going to try to take out your arm if I could get your eye first."
Sick.
Oh yeah, fuck, dude. I
And
should go
then
train with
so,
you.
Steve says to that guy, they start talking after a while and debating on different shit. And then so the guy's like, we don't do sport. This is deadly. So Steve says, "Okay, let's do this. You could take my eye. You could take my throat. You could do whatever you want. And I'm going to do my shit and we'll see who wins." And the guy decided not to take Steve up on the offer and he walked out. And
Yeah.
So,
Listen, Steve Heath is like a real tough dude and a real super martial artist.
Oh,
like
really?
the wrong guy to go up to is a black belt in karate and then try to impress because he's probably a black belt in karate already.
He was already a black belt in karate, wrestling in high
All
school.
that
He knows-
shit.
He's not just a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a guy that could kill everybody in a fucking room with
Yeah.
weapons that are he can make weapons that are laying on the ground, turn things into weapons. That sort of guy.
The last time
Fucking-
I saw Steve Heath was at the 209 beatdown before we moved. And I rolled up to him like, "Hey, Steve, what's up?" And we said hi. And then he goes, "Oh, man, I want to show you something." And he has like a water bottle in his hand.
That's
and he
dangerous.
goes, "You always need to know how to kill somebody." And he smashes the water bottle and he turns it around to where the lip is exposed and he puts it between his knuckle. And he's like, "If I start fucking punching you with this as hard as I can in the face, it's going to fuck you up."
Holy shit.
And then he's like, "Then I'm going to take that lanyard around your neck and I'm going to strangle you with it." And I'm just like,
That sounds like
God
Steve.
damn.
And then he will show you like how to throw a punch his way, but he'll actually hit you so you can see what
Oh.
it feels like.
You remember the day he came to do the
fucking
podcast?
hurts. Yes, he was beating
And
your
he-
ass.
He came to the den. We did podcasts on Sunday in my den, and Steve got there a little before Matt. And so we were hanging out in the back, drinking a cup of coffee. And Steve is like always on martial arts mode. And he's like, "Oh man, I'm working on a kick. There's a kick. You could do this, you could do that, and you only use your big toe." or you only use the ball of your foot. He's like this and that, and he's like, let me show you. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to get kicked, Steve. Like, I don't want to get kicked. He said, I promise I won't kick you hard. He fucking kicked me so hard, dude. He kicked me.
My God.
He did like a T, boom, but on the front of my quad,
Oh,
and it hurt
And
so
he was
bad.
actually, though, not in his mind, he wasn't kicking you
Not
hard.
kicking me hard.
holy
So
shit.
then Matt shows up and he goes, hey, what are you guys doing? And Steve goes, oh, I'm showing your cousin this kick. And he goes, let me show him, Tim. And I'm like, no. And he's like, I won't kick you this time. Like, I'm not going to actually kick you. I'm just going to like, just do the motion. He fucking kicked me again, dude.
Oh,
He kicked
fucking
me
asshole.
again,
And
dude.
I was laughing because I knew what was coming your way. Dude,
Kicked
listen,
me again, man.
in my
That's so
whole
funny.
life, I've,
What are you gonna
I've
do?
trained
You're gonna fight him? You know,
nothing.
like,
No, you're not. You'll
you're
die.
not, right?
Like,
Exactly.
like I've trained with Nick Diaz, Ken Shamrock, Frank Shamrock. Steve Heath would beat me up so bad that as his friend, I would be hurt that he beat me up that hard. As a friend, I was like, you could have killed me. He kicked me in the heart. He kicked me in the goddamn heart, and I felt like I could have died. And I was offended that a friend, and like I've been beat up by Nick, I've been beat up by Frank Shamrock, Vernon White, Maury Smith. Nobody ever beat me up so bad that I was hurt as a person, like offended, like I was let down that you're my buddy and you did that to me. That's the kind of, and the worst part about it is he wasn't even trying to beat me up that bad.
No.
That's
I
the
wasn't.
worst part.
You better be careful with these pictures. You're gonna get removed for
And
violence
yeah.
again.
Right.
know,
I
I
love
just feel
I don't love cocaine. But and there was a moment that Steve right there, like scroll down, Steve and Chuck Liddell. So go down a little bit more. Go back up, actually,
Right
right
here.
there to the left.
That's
So
when he fought Chuck Liddell.
this was
Wow.
crazy because that was back before there was rounds. And Steve had just lost. No, Chuck had just lost to Jeremy Horn. And also Steve was a lot smaller than Chuck. And this was in Jackson at the casino. And so one of the worst things about this fight was if Steve would have won, he probably would have went into the UFC. And so, but Steve's girlfriend, the night before the fight, decided that the night before the biggest night of your life, we're going to fight all fucking night.
We need to
my
talk.
God.
So he ends
You're
up
not
fighting.
paying enough attention to me.
He fights with this fucking bitch, and I'm gonna say bitch because really, if I don't care what your guy did, if your guy is fighting Chuck Liddell, and if he beats Chuck Liddell, he might go into the UFC, and you decide that night we're gonna fight till fucking 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Fuck you, you fucking hoe.
yeah.
And so,
Oh,
and then, so he's got to fight Chuck Liddell, fighting with his girlfriend all night long. Gets in the ring, he fights his ass off. Fights as hard as he can, and it ends up getting knocked out. After that, Chuck gets back in the UFC. He beats Vitor, and he goes on and he wins like fucking 15, whatever, how many fights he won in a row after that.
yeah.
But Steve went like 18 minutes with Liddell. There was no rounds, 18 fucking minutes.
18 fucking
And
minutes
Chuck's
with Chuck
fucking
Liddell.
prime. And Chuck was bigger.
By the way, on Instagram, Sam Gone Green said Steve Heath said Big MF was strong as fuck.
Well, okay, so since he said that, I'm going to say this. So, this to me, this is better than any accomplishment, any championship, any belt you could ever get. Steve Heath told me there's a handful of guys that I would ever want in my corner in a real fight, and you're one of them. So
That's
I just
awesome.
like, fuck it, that's the biggest award I ever needed.
Oh, Sam Gone Green said something else. He said Steve Heath said if a bunch of guys try to jump you, drop the nearest broad to psych them out. I am going to adopt that
Listen.
policy.
No, listen, it's true. I did it once. I did this. He did that once where a bunch of guys and there was a girl there. They were going to attack him. He knocks the girl out. He punches the girl. And as they were like, holy shit, he just punched a girl. He ran off. So like I was in a rougher than rough neighborhood. It was back in the days where I was running some shit I shouldn't have been running, and some people stopped me and they were about to rob me. It was two Mexican guys and a fucking girl. I clocked the girl, knocked her down, took off running, and got away.
Well, they were busy.
Hey,
Maybe
look
They
at
were
that.
like,
She's all right.
well, no, because they were like, what the fuck? This motherfucker just punched a girl in the face. And while they're thinking that, I was just fucking sprinting.
You're gone.
I was gone. But it's like, you know what? I feel like I was justified. And don't, you know, you were the weakest link. What am I supposed to do? You were the weakest link. I punched you, knocked you down and left. Look at that. Look who was underneath us.
Yeah.
Chael
Chael Sonnen around the horn, Tony Kornheiser.
I mean,
we were
we were
number
fucking
25 in sports. We got up
We
to
were
like number
hot.
13.
Really?
Yeah, we did.
That's awesome.
Now
That was
it's
before
harder.
there was a big market for it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Speaking of podcasts, let me plug the 209 Clickcast. You know, that's my new podcast. Pretty soon, we're about to release the Mark Coleman podcast, which gets pretty fucking crazy, man. He tells some crazy stories. It's a pretty good podcast about to come out.
Do you guys have an Instagram for that? Or
You know, I don't really fuck with it much, but it's 209 Clickcast. Yeah,
how did they? I can't find it on Instagram, though.
go 209 with a K. Click 209 K. Click with a K.
Do you have the link in
Oh.
your Instagram as well?
There it is.
It hasn't came out yet. These are the old shows that we've done.
I just meant
Okay.
the link to the other Instagram in your Instagram. That way people could find it if they already follow you.
Just look up.
Let me
Just-
what if I sent you the link?
Yeah,
No,
it's
we
sick.
have it
Send you the
now.
link?
I got it.
No. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, we got it. I was just wondering if people already follow you, if you have it like in your bio or something, they could just click it there.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
could
if I
just
do or
search it.
I
not.
think the answer is no.
He doesn't
Probably not.
have that. You're
Go to
asking him-
Go
There's
to
100 years ago.
Spotify. Go to Spotify.
Okay.
Look
You
at
can find it on
this dude. This
Spotify.
Super Mex dude. That guy's massive.
Okay,
As
so,
yet.
okay, that's the guy, Shawn Hernandez, that's helped me out so much in pro wrestling. It's like, so like
Oh, real?
when I first got into pro wrestling, I didn't realize how much it was like jujitsu. Somebody that matters has to put you over. So like when I first started doing this shit, I offended the wrong people in the beginning, and I set myself back years.
You offended the wrong people.
Yeah, bro.
No
so
way.
like, yeah, oh yeah. So like, Northern California wrestling.
You like
Northern-
run your mouth or
Oh
something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Would you be
Yeah, brother.
surprised?
I did offend the wrong people, brother.
Like, okay, so NoCal wrestling, Northern California wrestling is very woke. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Okay.
Very woke, very pro everything that's woke. I didn't know none of it. I didn't know anything, but I was in my 40s when I got into wrestling, and I was like, well, you're too old to pay your dues, right? So I thought, well, we'll get some UFC legends and you'll just catapult right into the top. So I get with Stephen Bonner and Phil Baroni. And I think that this is gonna, these guys are famous. You know, they're people know them around the world. It's a good thing for pro wrestlers to tag against these guys. It's good for all of us. And I was wrong. I didn't realize how this thing worked. So first of all, pro wrestlers don't really like guys that can really fight because they're fake tough guys, and a real fighter is a real tough guy. And they're like, and they're a little bit leery because we get in the ring. What if this motherfucker decides to fuck me up? What am I going to fucking do? So that was one strike against you. And then plus Phil Baroni was just a complete fucking asshole. Like that was another strike against me. So motherfuckers were hating me because I brought this motherfucker around. And so to make a long story short, I thought I was doing some people a fate. Well, I was doing something good. Like, this is going to be great. You guys are going to wrestle these guys. They're going to wrestle you. We're going to get eyeballs on you. You're going to get eyeballs on them. It's a win-win. But what I didn't know, there was somebody else. I'm not going to say who he is, who didn't like guys like Phil and Stefan. That was at the top of this game. And we offended from the beginning. And then so I got set so far back. Like everybody hated
Damn.
me.
Just talking
Everybody hated me.
politics.
Oh, I got politics like a motherfucker from the get-go.
Do
They're
you
like,
think if you would have let one of the guys at the top poop on you, that you could have
No.
progressed?
No,
faster?
I wouldn't. No, I would not. I wouldn't. If I
You're
would have
just
done
as
that,
bad as that MAGA,
if
MAGA
I
powers,
would've-
brother.
if you do that, you're never gonna progress. That's the thing. Like, if you
Oh.
can't fuck your way into this. If some guy says, "Hey, kid, you suck my dick, you'll be on the top." No, you're not. You're gonna suck somebody's dick, and you're still gonna be at the bottom. Like you
Damn.
can't.
You're gonna be at the
That's not the
bottom.
way-
I
sucking
told you,
dick.
Andrew, that's how it worked.
I want a purple belt
That's
real
how it
bad.
works. You can't make it by letting somebody shit on you or sucking a dick or bending over. Like that's not how this thing works. People think that shit, but they never go anywhere. The guy that sucks a dick to make good at the top never goes to the top.
I wish I would have
You know,
done that.
So like,
Yeah.
I know. So like, well, you should. Yeah, I know. I mean, I didn't suck a dick, but I
Well.
didn't like. But I kept doing my shit. I kept on coming. I kept training. I kept getting booked everywhere that I could, and I kept doing my thing. And everywhere I would go, I would get out in an arena and the crowd would be hot as fuck. They'd be screaming, they'd be going crazy. And it's like, I never had a match that was quiet. I never had a match that you could hear a pin drop. There was always a loud crowd. And I felt like I was doing it right, but like everyone else, like, you suck, you're garbage. Who trained you? Where are you from? Who gave you? Who said you could do that? You're no good. And then finally, I kept on doing my shit, and I was at Lucha Patron because what actually happened was I'm outspoken, and usually being outspoken would cost me. And so I was getting booked at Lucha Patron, and this guy who booked me named Corey Machado was pretty good to me. He has a character. He has a lucha character, but everyone knows it's him. And so he made a comment that that in the East Coast, guys will start out and they'll drive 4 hours and they'll wrestle for $20 and they'll be happy. Out here, guys who aren't even known, they want to get gas money, they want to get a hotel, they want to get paid. And then so everyone else jumped on that shit and they thought he was saying that you only want to pay guys $20. You're cheap. And
That's
so
fair.
Everybody was buried, but listen, the thing, he wasn't saying that.
I'm donating the rest to charity.
What he was saying is, guys out here are entitled. The guy paid me way more than $20. They were like, you shouldn't be doing pro wrestling if you're only going to pay $20.
Okay, wait. Was this guy's name Mo Jassim?
His name is Corey. His name is Corey Machado. Corey Machado. So
Corey Machado.
Machado. So everyone else is burying him, and all the people that he was good to, they're just shutting the fuck up. And I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. Corey's, man, fuck all you bitches. And usually that got me buried, but this is the one time when he was like, he hits me up and he's like, nobody's ever had my back. All the people that I'm paying really well, they shut the fuck up. They didn't say shit. You're the only fucking guy that stood up for me. So then he doubled my pay. And then he started, getting me a hotel, started fucking paying my gas. Then he tripled my pay. Then he was paying me more than what I was worth. And then so there was a guy. I didn't even suck his dick. No, I don't think he really wanted me to. But but anyway,
that's good.
I don't think he's into that sort of thing. He's not into fucking whiskers and shit being on. He
said if you plucked your beard, I would let you S my
Maybe.
D.
Beat me to it.
I wasn't gonna pluck nothing for him. So anyways,
Who's got the pliers?
So now I'm working at Lucha Patron, and there's another guy named Sean Hernandez that's been on TNA. He's been to Japan. He's been in WWE. He's been all over, and he's noticing that me and my partner are getting all the heat. Like, we're getting all the heat, and so a lot of times in indie wrestling, the veterans, they think they're the shit, and they suck a lot of money out of the organization. They're not nice to anybody, and they leave, and no one's really buying a ticket to see them. And Hernandez kind of realizes that it takes collaboration. The local fucking heels and the local baby faces with the veterans got to work together because they know you more than they know me. And then so he requested that me and CJ work with him. And then so it was over as fuck. Like, it was super fucking over. And then all of a sudden, this guy that actually matters is saying these guys are fucking good. And then so the other little bitches are talking shit about. They were always talking shit. So he tells me that all these guys were talking shit about you when I was in the room, but they didn't know that me and you were boys. He goes, and as soon as you walked in, they all shut the fuck up immediately. And then so like, I went from like trying to be political for the longest time because I had fucked up. And he's like, listen, these guys are bitches. They're scared. You'll fuck them all up. Stop being so nice. But anyways, that particular guy, Sean Hernandez, was the guy that really helped me tremendously to break away from all that. He helped me finally get over. Wow. If someone doesn't help you get over you, it's like if Eddie Bravo will give you a black belt, you're a nobody. Wrestling's the same way. There's no belts, but if a guy that doesn't matter, if a guy that never matters ever tries to help you, then you never matter. But if a guy that matters says this guy's cool, then you're cool. That's kind of this, similar thing.
Elijah has to give his mantle to Elisha, and the people got to see it. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Hey, let me show this wrestling clip, and then we're gonna get a quick word.
And locally, these guys locally.
Sorry about that, man. I think there's a tiny bit of a delay, but we're gonna show a video clip of the Big MF getting some wrestling in, and then we're gonna hit our salt break, just 30-second bit, and then when we come back, I have an episode of Inside BJJ queued up. And it's the very best of 2012. and it has some real classic bits on there that we haven't heard in a long time. It has Italian baby leather, meat pie mummy, Matt's marriage tips, the original homicide car wash, Reverend Matthew Framer, the Carlos Machado total gym, East Coast tough guy, you are my instructor. So there's some really, I think it would be, even if it's just gratifying to me, I don't really care, but I just think it would be really fun to listen to these with you. Because it's been 12 years.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
Yeah, man.
12 fucking years. Where did the time go? What the fuck?
I don't know. So we'll be right back. I'm going to show you guys a clip, and then I'll show you some salt. Wrong clip.
Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in Salt Electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
We got to get back on. There we go. And we're back. Okay. He walked off.
Need to go refresh his beers.
Let me pull him out of the stage till he comes back there. Ooh, that's a great layout. Holy shit. I can fix that 1 second.
The way is weird.
Yeah, that is wowzers.
You got a
I can
Michael
fix it.
Myers thing going on there almost.
Yeah, he's
in
all
the
happy
light.
about it.
Yeah, look at him in the light. It almost looks like he has the mask on.
Flesh mask. I really want to wear somebody's face on my face.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, you got something wrong with you, dude.
I got something right with me.
He's not back yet, but Winter
By the way,
Stick,
I wanted to comment on this. Can you throw
Yeah.
Matt's video back up? I know he's not there, but
his video or this?
that. Can you see the Abu Dhabi money he's getting with this golden mic?
I know, dude. Look at
He's
this
got
guy.
a plywood background.
I know.
All the
The
studio
big
money.
MF ranch in the
Yeah,
back.
he's got a freaking ranch.
Look, it's on an electrical thing.
He's got a 4x8 plywood shed, and he's got $1,000 microphone.
I know.
That's sick. All the studio money went into the mic.
Uh,
I like that thing. I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah.
He's got the matching pop filter.
Winter Stick said homicide car wash. Wow, I forgot about that one. Now, since we've done this bit, I've heard other people reference something similar.
Mm-hmm.
But when we did this, nobody, this was purely what we thought was a Stockton phenomena.
Oh,
I had never seen this before. And as far as I know, in
You must be
2012.
talking of the homicide car wash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Winter Stick said homicide car wash. Well, I forgot about that. I was just saying that I've heard other people kind of reference it. Not that it's like some uniquely original thing, but I think we were the first guys to say it. So anyway,
You
I'm
got
gonna.
kicked off Instagram again.
Oh, are you serious?
Yep.
Why
For
did they
what
kick us
now?
off?
I didn't say yet. I'm an audience.
Something I
member.
was saying about the Jews.
No,
Dang
you
it.
hadn't brought them up. in a
No,
little
I
bit.
mean the problem is like then they
The
if they give
Jews
you hold
down
on,
the
Matt.
well. Sorry.
If they give you a
important.
strike, then they fuck up your.
Trust me on that one. They're looking
Yeah,
at you
well,
after
I'm
that.
trying to not do that.
I've been banned so many fucking times. It's unbelievable. Fuck you, Zuckerberg, up your fucking ass.
Calm down for a second.
Listen, he just got in trouble. Actually, he wrote a letter and an apology. I got banned for saying that Valtrex cures COVID as a fucking joke.
The reason why the stream went down is it only stays up for an hour. That's why.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna reset it up again.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Throw the shoes down.
don't,
the
dude, please, man.
It's,
Can you
dude,
just,
it's a song on a movie.
dude,
I'm just singing it from Borat. I don't mean it. It's satire. It's satire.
You know,
Throw Tim down the well.
That's better.
Tim down
Oh, that's I love you so much, Matt. I'm so happy you're here right now.
You guys want to know something funny? This happened to me recently while you're just looking for that. Matt, you might like this too. You guys are familiar with the crazy stories I put on my Instagram?
Yeah.
I find the dankest of memes and the craziest of shit, and I usually put that on there.
Yeah.
I was informed, I think a week and a half ago, that someone reported me, but not for like being offended. They were concerned about my mental well-being.
Oh, wow.
So I tried to post a story, and Instagram was like, "Hey, we've put a 24-hour hold on your stories, and there are some people concerned about you.
That's great.
Here are links to some mental health resources."
And that did the trick. I looked at their resources, and I was
and then
good.
you were
Negative. I
Okay.
didn't look at Instagram again until I could post stories, and then I proceeded to post the most unhinged shit I could find.
What the
Let's-
fuck? How pussy is that?
Let's-
Yeah, like
let's see
it's
what
just
did you
my
say?
friends.
What
It's just
did
my
you say
friends
that
that
was so
watch the
bad?
stories. I don't know. I was like, why?
What was so
it-
bad?
I don't know.
Let's see if this queues up real quick here. Okay, we're gonna wrong state. Sorry, man, I added the wrong thing. Let's stop that. Let's present. We're gonna share this tab. Just put us into the sharing screen. Page. Get that little shrink look. Okay. So here we go. This is the best of 2012. I'm just going to jump around.
What is up, everybody? This is just a reminder
It's like
that
a baby.
today's show
Listen to
is
young
a best
Tim.
of the Inside BJJ podcast for 2012.
Wow.
Basically, I went and grabbed some add-ons with
Okay.
kimonos.com. Check them out for R&B.
You have a lot more California in your voice.
Wow. Super
I
stager.
wish they all
This first
could
clip
be
here is the very funny
California Jews.
Italian baby leather.
I think I was hamming it up a little bit. Like,
But we want to remind you that our show is sponsored by
Wow,
the
what
one,
a-
the only imkimonos.com.
Jesus Christ!
Check
Look at your
them out
voice.
for quality
I don't know why
geese
it's.
at
You had no testosterone in
www.mkimonos.
your voice
You
back
can
then.
read some stuff about Luciana if you go to our website and you
Make
Oh,
a Kevlar.
She was a little
Kevlar.
hottie, by
I
the
bet
way.
that'd be hard to
Luciana,
roll.
right?
Hold
Like,
on,
she
hold
was
on, hold on.
hot.
I got to
like
mute
steel
Matt.
wool.
I got to mute Matt. Hold on.
I want like a steel wool collar so when you grab it you get all.
I'm trying to get to the clip. I'm sorry. It's the phone's fucking up.
The next clip is Mummy, where's my meat pie?
Oh, wait. That wasn't it.
Baby to the ghee, like to ghee innovation. Like every time I think
Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm struggling right now.
This is what we play for.
Okay, let's try one more time.
R&B.
Dude, this is
Oh
tits
my
up.
God, I'm on the struggle bus, man. This fucking app is killing me. Let me put it on Wi-Fi. Let's start this over. I'm sorry, guys.
R&B.
Okay. Here we go.
This first clip here is the very funny Italian baby leather.
You love that soundboard.
But we want to remind you that our show is sponsored by
I see what's
the one,
happening.
the only
This is the clip.
mkimonos.com. Check them out for quality geese at www.mkimonos. You can read some stuff about Luciana. If you go to our website and you do a quick look up for mkimonos, we have a search function. It'll take you to an interview there about her. Kind of tells her story. She's got a pretty solid background in jiu-jitsu, like 30 years in the jiu-jitsu company or jiu-jitsu community. Her company's been around for a long time. And, you know, they've made a lot of contributions to the gi, like to gi innovation. Like every time I think about jiu-jitsu, I just think about like that guy's got a sick triangle, right? I never think of like they innovate some sweet gis, you know? So but they do that. So
I want them to make a Kevlar.
I want a dork.
I bet that'd be hard to roll in though.
Badass.
Like steel wool. I want like a steel wool collar, so when you grab it, you get all fiberglass, like you get all cut,
Cut your neck. Then.
micro cuts. No, just on the outside, not on the inside. On the inside, it's
Velvet.
baby skin.
Satin.
It's
He's
skin
like
from a
the
baby that we.
satin on the inside.
It's skin from a baby we fattened up in a cage.
Italian baby leather.
Italian babies.
Sound like a psycho, dude.
Do you like my couch? It's made out of Italian baby leather.
Wow.
So,
Aborted Italian babies.
awesome.
Check.
Sounds like something I would dream of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, this
It's on
is
brand for
Mummy,
me.
where's my meat pie?
Oh God, the stage is killing me, dude.
yeah.
All right, let's go. This comes from a guy sent us a message about the Eddie Cohn podcast.
Oh, Ernest don't care.
He said, "Yeah, Ernest, I wasn't on that one."
That one sucked.
He said, "I'd just like to mention that I was really disappointed with the way Eddie Cohn portrayed British people.
Huh.
The way he cast us made it sound like everyone's out looking for a fight, as though we're all thugs.
Aren't they?
I want some
there
Skittles.
Sure, there are thugs out there, just like there are in any country.
Right.
But the majority of people that was Australian. But the majority of people are of decent character and certainly not looking for a fight. He made out that the country is full of football hooligans, but that's so untrue. For one, football hooliganism, that's a weird word, is roughly, he said roughly, a thing of the past.
A real word. I've
He
seen
said, he just listen to what he just said.
He says rough.
Football hooliganism is roughly. It's almost a thing of the past.
We have a sconch of it. I don't know where he lives, but maybe he happens to be surrounded by the wrong people. I'm sure you guys have visited the UK at some point and have seen this for yourselves. Yeah, from our vast travels. It was
Been all over the world.
It was disappointing because before
Americans are
that
known for
point,
traveling.
I was impressed with him and was considering popping by there to train sometime. But after his disparaging comments towards the
here we
UK,
go.
I feel a little less interested in doing that.
You and the gay guy who slandered Girls Yander can just train together in that dude's basement.
I would love it if you would mention this on the next podcast, just to give a balanced
You got
view.
your wish.
I have to wonder if I'm the only one who has made an effort to send a message like this. You were. Seriously, though. I like you, though, but you were.
Well, the rest of the British guys were out there looking for dentists and getting into bar fights with
looking for meat
mix.
pie.
They're fighting mix in bars.
I was always prejudiced
Hello.
against like London
Have you seen me meat pie?
in the English until Eddie Cohn came on, and I thought, man, I was wrong about these guys. They're all right. And this guy sends this email.
Hello.
I think that I was right all along about the British. They are all gay.
Hello. Have you seen me meat pie? Mommy, where's my
That
mummy?
was a
Where's
different
me
Big
mummy?
MF. Those were different times.
Me mum. Where's me mummy and me meat pie?
Where's me Skittles?
Me meat pie, mummy.
This show has just gotten really bad.
Hello. What does a Mexican guy sound like in the UK? Hola.
Oh my god!
Hola.
Actually,
¿Dónde
I
es
knew a
mi?
guy
sound
that
like?
his parents were in the Air Force, and he kind of grew up in London, and they just thought he was Indian.
Hola.
They
Hola.
didn't know what the fucking Mexican was in London.
¿Dónde es mi paleta de carne? Hola. Hola. Mi abuelita. ¿Dónde es mi pastel de carne?
I wish I had
Por
an
favor.
off button right now.
This is cancel material
Hola.
right here.
Okay, so he says, Michael Bisping is a bit of a thug and is not a particularly good representative of the UK. Well, what about that
I
other guy who's
disagree.
a real stand-up guy who robbed a bank?
What about Dan Hardy?
Well, Dan Hardy has a cool mohawk. It's red. No, who's the guy that robbed the bank? Lee Murray.
Lee Murray. God, that was my hero.
But look at guys like Brad Pickett,
Ooh, big
John
mouse.
Hathaway. Never heard of him.
Who?
One thing that he might skew.
You just made those guys up,
One
right?
thing
Who are those guys?
One thing that might skew the
those
types
guys up.
of guys fighting in the UK compared to the US is wrestling. In the US, wrestling is something taken in school. It's not something you take. It can develop towards MMA, so you probably get a higher percentage of the
Can you
nicer guys
say
doing it.
wrestling with the British accent?
Hello. Let me see.
Hello.
Meat pie? I'm famished, mommy, and I'm famished, mummy, and I need me meat pie before my wrestling.
As the Americans would say, I'm going wrestling.
I'm going to wrestle. Okay. No, just kidding, man.
This guy's probably.
Yeah, we know, we get it. Everybody's not.
Okay. Ernest was quite funny.
Yeah. You just made those dudes up right now.
Let me find Homicide Car Wash.
Like Eddie Cohen. Some
Right,
people.
so everybody
just
from
bear
Stockton's
with me
not
for
like
a minute.
McDiaz, so
Eddie Cohen's a
where are
real.
we at?
He's
I don't want to grab some man's feet.
Hanato and Rose.
In some culture, it's considered disrespect to even touch somebody with your feet.
Disrespect.
I'm not. That's not in the business. Who am I? I'm not Dr. Schultz.
And
And why you Horst, if I can't speak, you've been speaking a long time. Why you don't just have I'm going to add now karate chop. I'm going to put a guy do a clothesline for that guy. Oh, now I'm going to do that. I'm going to put Sergeant Slaughter. That's not WCW. I'm not a Ric Flair. I'm not a heavy.
Oh, Tim, is this a surprise co-host or what?
No, he just called in. He's been
Listening in?
been listening in, and he wanted to talk to you about your tournament. He's been pretty active.
This was our 6th episode.
Dang, you
Ever.
guys had Hanato?
Yeah. Yeah. I interviewed him and did like
Donato and Hose.
a print.
Yeah.
I did a print interview with him first.
Yeah.
And then I called him and I actually talked to him and I'm like, oh, okay. I get what's going on. Because he kind of had everyone fooled because this video came out where he attacked Eddie at 10th Planet downtown. And it was like closed circuit TV style footage. They kind of, and people thought it was real.
Damn.
Like nobody knew what the hell was going on. And there's another video where he confronts Joe Rogan. Have you guys seen that? Where he confronts Joe Rogan outside of 10th Planet. And he gets on him about jujitsu and like
Call him Joe Hogs.
he calls him Joe. It's like where Hanato showed up. Everyone's like, who the hell is this guy? Like, so he
Dude, we were there
confronted him.
when Nate Diaz was going to beat his ass at the Gracie Worlds.
The World Jiu-Jitsu.
You were just talking about that
World
the other
Jiu-Jitsu
week.
Expo, yeah.
Dude, that Dr. Scholl's line was fucking hilarious.
So
That was
anyway,
a funny dude.
this is when he really like popped, you know. And Rose Gracie just, I don't know, she just gravitated to what we were doing for whatever reason. So
She was really in love with me for a
in
while.
the jiu-jitsu community, and he's got some
let me
To
see.
define your accent.
Let's see if we can
I
get to
don't have
Homicide Car
to
Wash.
secretly deal with the issues, and yours truly calls him on it. Had a cool Krause seminar. Krause Gracie came out to Ronin Jiu-Jitsu, did a cool seminar, set a sub.
Different.
They're perverted. And number 2.
Oh, these are Matt's marriage tips. These are
Actually,
great.
yeah,
These are so good, Matt. Do you remember these?
Yes, I do.
He got so mad at me. Let me go back a tiny bit.
For what? Posting them?
For taking a poop on his
For
bed.
like, fuck, I was getting nervous. It was one of the first bits I ever did in my life. And he's like,
my shit here.
fucking with me the whole
Anything bad,
time.
Make 3. No, where are we at? I lost my count. You do. You start working, tell her she's looking fat. Tell her. There's some 5 inside law out.
Oh,
He
man.
concedes that I always am. When Matt started to flail around in the water and
Jiu-jitsu.
okay, hit us up.
I've been training for a good, I don't know,
Here it
12
is.
years, maybe longer.
Okay.
Different stuffs. And I made a lot of mistakes. I did a lot of things the wrong way. And I'm learned how to do some things some better ways. It's kind of like, it's going to make your life more better. Like if you eat fruits and vegetables and spice, like Hanato
All right, I don't want to
says,
listen to this. This is
these
pretty
will
bad.
balance all those things out even better. And you have balance and love in your life.
Make some fruits and vegetables.
And the reason this was for faded neuron. Faded neuron is getting married on Twitter the day of the Junior Del Santos Frank Mir fight, and he inspired all this because he asked me his advice of whether he should watch it or not.
Okay.
Anyways, let me get started here. Okay, the top 5 laws, the top 5 inside
Can
laws.
we just,
of
like,
marriage
fast
from
forward
Inside
this right
BJJ
now?
Matt. Number 5, and this is very important, especially when you
listen up.
first get married. What she doesn't know doesn't concern her.
Well, that's true.
Don't get all caught up and telling her everything because you're like,
That's good advice, right?
There's no secrets, blah, blah, blah. I talk to my wife. You don't tell her things. If you screw something up, you don't tell her. If your friend training with you screws something up, you don't tell her. If he goes to the bar and gets drunk, you don't tell her. There's some things you keep secret.
That's good
You promote
advice.
your friends who have good jobs, who have good families, and all these values, so she won't trip on you when you're training. That's rule number 1.
I thought that was rule number 5. You
Oh,
said
it's rule
5.
number 5, yeah. Okay. This is rule number 4. Very important. If you break this rule, it will cost you tremendously. Under no circumstances do you ever tell her she's looking fat. This will cost you in ways
He acts like that's groundbreaking right there.
Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of guys who have done it.
Yeah, he just invented some amazing rule.
I put that in the category of staying honest with my wife. I honestly think she's looking.
You see what I'm? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
If she's looking a little chunky, I just got to be honest with her. So
See, there's Ernest. There's better ways. No, there's better ways. This is what you do: is you start working out, buying better food, and tell her this is about health. We want to have a healthy life. Don't even think she's fat in her presence. She'll know it, and she'll make you suffer for saying that for years into the future.
I hold out on the penis. That's what I do. I'm like, nah. I can't do it. You put on a few.
Oh man! You see, this is what I'm talking about. You see, I'm trying to help people like this.
Bro, I thought I was shallow.
Here's number 3. Wait, no, where are we at? Now I lost my count. 3.
Yeah.
Right? 5, 4, 3.
That's the
Keep
one.
her away from jujitsu. Now, I'm not saying all women. I'm saying most women. Because she'll get in there and she'll ruin it for you. And the other thing is that you don't want her rolling with just any guy. A lot of guys aren't capable of rolling with the chick and not having some sort of thing sprout up in their head.
Didn't you just say you love the smell of her hair?
They'll start sniffing her hair.
They might not do anything bad or make any inappropriate moves, but there's stuff going on. There's thoughts that pop in there in and out that they got to deal with.
I think you want everybody to smoke weed.
That was me being
Yeah,
a
I
dick.
do. You got to be selective about who you let her train with. There's only a few men you should trust training with your wife, because men,
That's true.
jiu-jitsu,
That's true.
meatheads, they're perverted. And number 2. Actually, yeah, number 2. I'm losing my shit here.
I don't really I don't care who trains with my wife, dude.
Wait a minute.
If they got wood, dude, it's all good, dude.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Okay.
He preferred it that way.
Do things that she would nag you for before she nags you. Get the shit done that she's gonna nag you about, so you could go train and she won't trip on it. Do the extra stuff that you know she's gonna want you to do. That you know she's gonna be.
How do you feel about number 2 now?
I think it's good advice.
I think I was just
That's
thinking
solid.
that. I was like, that's pretty solid.
That's pussy behavior.
Yeah.
No,
He's like, I
it's
just
a,
Or
it's
you
a
never do
preemptive
this, and you
strike.
never do that. And we'll do those things so she never says you never do this and you never do that. And when you train, she'll leave you alone and she won't trip so much.
Well, she'll still
And number
she won't
1,
leave alone, she'll still trip though.
most important rule to keep your marriage. Thank you. The most important rule to keep balance, training, your fruits, your vegetables, love, your life, to be happy. When you want to have relations with your wife, be super, super nice on those days.
Wow.
I think that's pretty solid
That
advice,
was-
if you ask me.
That was actually pretty good. I was an asshole on the sound
Soundboard.
effects there, man.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
tried to hold me
That
down
was
for a long
great.
time, and then you couldn't anymore.
I like the part when he said,
It took me a long time to recognize your genius.
"Oh wait, where am I at?" He's like started flipping through.
Okay.
I got some pretty negative feedback from some fellow Stocktonians.
This is homicide.
Like you are in
Carwash.
front of a TV.
Oh wow, he's good at it though, man. He's
That fucking sound effect.
So bad.
So bad.
Here we go.
This
Like-
next clip was a good one.
We'll end
that
it
a
with
lot of
this
people
one.
liked. It was also one that got chopped up and put on YouTube and got some pretty negative feedback from some fellow Stocktonians. And it's a phenomena that we are a name, and I think we might be the very first to name this phenomena. And I'm sure it happens in other cities that have high crime rates. It is none other than Stockton's very, very fine homicide car wash.
Bro.
oh that cord. putting your arm on it, you dumb son of a bitch.
You had a lot of issues with cords. With cords
this guy
back
the whole
then.
time he's putting his arm on this thing
Every time.
causing it, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. And Jack Ball over here is putting his arm on it, causing it to get static. And I'm like unplugging things, and then finally he's all, I notice every time I put my
Dude,
arm on
that would be
this.
fucked up. If you let him take that whole damn thing apart, dude, and be like, dude.
Every episode.
You're such a stupid jerk, man. Thanks, bro. Okay.
There's a better
So
episode, I think,
I was
that
gonna
you
cut
could
that
play.
out, but I'm
Oh no, I'm not playing that clip.
just gonna leave it.
You should play the one
so
where you
this,
threw the
this
headphones on the
homicide car
ground.
wash thing is this phenomenon.
I'll have to
It's like
find it.
somebody gets killed, and then 2 weeks later they have the car wash to raise money
It's for the families.
for the families. And it's always on Harding
So
Way.
my homie who died,
right?
that's it.
It just seems like it's always on Harding.
They're not just on Harding.
It's
but-
for
but
La
mostly on
Giggles.
Harding.
Mostly in Harding. You know why?
Between
Beto
West
and
and
Beta.
Wilson.
I'll tell you why Harding Way.
Why?
Because Harding Way is pretty much the divider between South Stockton, according to the gangs.
Oh yeah, I see.
Harding Way is north as a South Sider can go, right? And the further south you go, the less likely people are to give you money for that type of thing.
Oh, I see.
Right? So
They're right
Harding
on
is
the
it.
border.
It's like yeah, they're on the border, and
That's like
and it's high traffic.
Yeah. So it's like every week, and the thing that
They start killing people just so they can have car
You
washes.
rob. You have the rival gangs.
I often thought
car
about
wash.
that.
And you kill your own gang members because you're a bad leader and you want to keep raising the car wash money.
because you just
Turns into big money. You start
That's
bumping
how-
all your guys off.
Hey, that's how gangster.
Hey, man.
You know, you can be really, really gangster. You talking about
Little
gang-
Joey was a good guy, eh?
So gangster, I'm gonna kill your ass, and then when they have your car wash, I'm gonna rob that car wash and kill whoever had the money, and I'm gonna keep that pattern.
this is
And then
one
what
of
do
the
you do?
things.
Throw another car wash.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I noticed is they try to get the prettier girls closer to the
Yeah,
car wash
yeah.
thing. And then the bigger mamas, they put them way out. Like, where should I
'Cause of-
stand? Oh, go 9 blocks
You're
down.
washing cars. That's
Yeah.
what you're
and then the other thing, my wife made this observation today. I mean, because they are like violently aggressive. They're like screaming.
Yeah, they're getting pretty aggressive.
They're worse than
screaming at the top
firefighters.
of their lungs.
You got
car
to, though.
wash, get your car wash. It's like that's the last thing that I would when I mean. They cross the street. They're holding up signs of the deceased person. Car wash, and it's like
and it's always their homie.
The
with
only
their-
time I ever stopped at a random car wash like that was because all the girls were in bikinis. And that was the only time I ever did it. So.
Did I say that
I
live
think
on
that's
the air?
trick.
it's and then the thing my wife made the
Bikinis.
observation. She said, if the people would just like put as much energy that they put into screaming and yelling for you to get your car washed, if they would just like go look for a job or go to school, like,
Save their own money.
learn how to read and
Hey,
write.
here's an idea. Instead of having your stupid little car wash, why don't you go get a job and then give money to the family yourself?
Then they wouldn't have time for gangbanging.
Jeez Louise. It's aggressive. I mean, it's aggressive and it's off-putting.
It's
when I see it,
aggressive
I'm
and
just
it's
like,
off.
"What are you doing? It's annoying." Car wash, and then they look at you. If you just drive by, they shake their head at you like, "Oh, there goes Whitey.
There goes
You know.
1%.
There goes the 1% Prius."
I understand. I've never really seen like the Caucasians in Stockton act so aggressively.
No, they're not Caucasians.
Oh,
Yeah, no, they're Hispanics.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? What? Oh man, that was a fun trip. All that stuff is still out there on the internet.
Don't know if it should be.
Oh, but man, dude, jokes are jokes.
Hell yeah.
People got to get over. If this is one show that has been pretty consistently open about making fun of ourselves, reading the negative reviews, inviting people on that hate the show, stirring the pot up. We were right up in the booty of jiu-jitsu for a minute.
I'm gonna say this. Next time I come on, you're gonna play the episode where I made you so mad you threw the headphones on the ground and you broke them.
I might have that.
That's
You
really
have
funny.
to have it. You played it. You aired it.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't like. Oh
We
yeah,
always
and
did
I
this with
found
the
it.
thing.
The headphone incident.
Okay, let me set this up. We were always trying to get the other guy upset. Like if he could get me angry, he'd be like, I got you, bud. Or if I could get him angry,
This is a
he'd be
game
like,
we
I
played
got
with
you,
each other
guy.
our
So
whole
this
life.
time he went I drove him so nuts. He almost killed me.
Listen, I wasn't sleeping well at all for a real hard cycle. And we were really doing a lot of shows. Like we were really doing a lot of work. And we started doing shows at 5 a.m. to squeeze in an extra one. And one particular morning, I was really off kilter when I got up, dude. I was like, uh-oh. And I even told him, which was a mistake. This was a mistake because we were banging hard, dude. I shouldn't have done it. I said, don't fuck with me today, dude. I feel really off.
Fuck,
Like,
man.
I don't feel right.
What am I supposed to
He
do?
just
Dude.
smells blood in the water.
Yeah,
Like,
that's retarded. You
I
shouldn't have done that.
feel weird. Like I feel like my brain is like I'm in a weird space.
But
and I don't
listen,
know
if
why.
I would have told you, don't mess with me right now, what would you have done?
I would have consulted ChatGPT to find a creative way to get you.
Dude, the first time I met you in person here in Nashville and you told me you were a little hungover, I started fucking with you immediately.
Right.
Was it-
Okay.
Wait.
Let me find it in this episode. This is Caesar Gracie, Kurt Oceander. Sorry about that.
Fucking sound effects again, buddy.
Hey, Tim, I wanted to thank everyone for their support.
Okay, shut up, Tim. Nobody wants to hear you.
Because
Who
Wade
are
is too.
we?
We're like,
We're Egypt.
yeah, Premium Pro and knows
So here's a story.
bjj.com/$20
$20 donate. Go to Amazon, click through link. Look, if you're
an answer from me.
You guys should have had a car
He
wash.
said, yeah,
I'm just a honky tonk man. I'm cool. I'm
available
gonna start so rich.
has to take place here. So I
He's a poor Mexican. I'm poor white trash.
So I said,
We
yeah,
both have eaten well.
I don't and come for sure. So we took him, and this kid, Anthony, he's a big.
Blew my voice out, but not completely.
Trying to find it. Sorry.
Are you sure that's the right one?
They caught
And I hear this scream like
Yeah, I think so, man.
Is this one of the maddest that Matt's made you?
Join the it is
Yeah,
the maddest.
Absolutely.
Join the guys as they talk about the recent live event, Matt's Rock Show, and the headphone incident.
I thought he broke the headphones, and I almost thought he couldn't be that mad. Maybe there were headphones that he was gonna replace, so he broke them just to fuck with me. But he was that mad. He was so mad he threw the headphones on the ground and he broke them.
I don't know if this was the incident or this is just us talking about it.
You thought he was kayfabing that hard?
I
No.
thought maybe he was trying to fuck with me, that he wasn't that mad because it wasn't that bad. I didn't fuck with
From
him
your
that hard.
perspective.
From my perspective, I did it. I really did it.
Day in those tournaments.
Let me see.
You arm lock from the guard.
and I was stoked that I got to see Jake again, got to train with him, and he's been hit by a truck almost.
The world, so
You have
Okay.
hard and looking through.
That's Kurt.
Yeah, old, and you're just full of. It's pretty. It's cool to see a guy like Kurt.
I don't know
really
where it's
just-
at.
The only thing that's made me mad enough to throw shit like that's really irrational is like
Well,
Call of Duty.
Okay, what happened was there was an armed robbery at a bank, right?
Mhm.
And the bank robbers took someone as hostage. She ended up dying.
Okay.
And I said, had the police not shown up, they would have never took her, and she would have lived. And we got into a fight about Stockton PD. He was arguing with me about Stockton PD, and I said, this is what really made him so mad. I said, you just want to suck Stockton PD's dick.
That's all it took, and you were fucking
And then
throwing
he-
hands off?
He took the headphones and he threw them on the ground and he started screaming. And for a second, I thought maybe he wasn't that. Maybe he just had headphones he was going to replace. Then I realized he was that mad. And so his son comes out there and he's like, "What's going on?" I go, "Well, apparently your dad decided to throw the headphones on the ground and break them." And he screamed, "Don't talk to my son! You get the fuck out of my house!" And I was like, "Fuck you!" I said, "Fuck you! I ain't leaving. Get the fuck out of here!" And so I sat down for like at least 10 extra minutes. So I
wasn't
wanted to
10
make sure that
minutes.
he knew I was.
It
I
wasn't
wasn't
10
leaving
minutes.
because you were telling me it was at least 10 minutes or even longer.
It was
That
a lot
I'm not
less.
leaving. No,
My
you
own
were-
father, my dad got up that morning and then like went back into his room.
It was. I sat down extra long before I walked out because I didn't want you to think that I was leaving because I was scared of you. Because I would have beat your ass.
I
would have
up
beat
on
your.
him.
No. I felt sorry for you. I didn't want to beat you up in front of your kids.
I looked up on you.
I felt sorry for your son. That you're being. I felt sorry for your child because you're being such a baby about shit.
I don't want my nephew calling me dad. So, I'm.
Man, I wish I could find that. I know I played it one time, but I think I played it like not too long ago.
I've never heard it. Same day you called, you texted, you apologized, kinda, but then you said, "But you made me so mad. I told you to back off, and you wouldn't." And I was like, every time I ever told you to back off, you never did. You never backed off when I said back off. You would go harder and laugh at me.
It's not the point.
That's not the point.
That's neither here nor there.
And then if I got really bad, you would say, "I gotcha, bud."
But like you said, I was the smallest of the pack, and I had to eat last, so I had to do what I had to do.
That was true. For the longest time, that was true. It was as funny as this. One day you started tapping me out, but before that, I would just beat the fuck out of you all the time. And in those days, you were actually a church guy, right? You were going to church. And I had quit church a long time ago. I would go to the bar and I would get drunk, and I would call him drunk in the middle of the night and make fun of him for not drinking and going to church.
What an asshole.
And then he was like, "I'm going to get you one day." And then one day it happened.
Yep. That's the way it works.
Yeah. Man, that was fun stuff. So, Matt, you mentioned that you have something coming up in October and in January. Do you got anything coming up immediately that people can catch you at?
Well, this Sunday at the Hard Rock Hotel out here in Wheatland, I'm going to be wrestling at the Taco Fest against a man by the name of Flaco Loco. I'll be wrestling for the TWF heavyweight title. After that, I'll be at the Bacon Fest a week later in Modesto, wrestling for fat piece of shit Jason Hastings, CWA. I don't know who I'm wrestling there, but it doesn't matter. And then the next day, I think I'm going to be doing Blacklist Pro. I got in September, I think the third weekend, something, whatever, the 20th or 21st.
Sorry about that.
You did it on purpose. I'm going to smash my headphones.
Crickets.
Me and Big Swole is going to be wrestling Mike Hayashi, who I actually pay to be my coach over here at the 209 Dragons Den, and Paris Singh. We're going to be wrestling for the TWF tag team titles at the Veterans Hall over here in Stockton, California. After that, it's a lot of shit. A lot of shit's going on.
That's dope. Want to thank our sponsor, Salt Electrolytes. Use the discount code inside BJJ15. Save 15% at checkout.
Valtrex.
That too. Also,
morning after.
Also want to remind you guys to check out
penicillin.
My Patreon. Go to patreon.com/InsideBJJ.
You got a Patreon? What a weirdo.
Especially if you like weird stuff, come check it out. It's $5. We got all the premium content, the extra shit that we've been filming. I got like over 100 technique videos still uploading. So I'm loading new ones up every day.
Nice.
Get the pre-show and the post-show.
Look at that, brother. Look at that right there. Look at
that's
that.
That's a gun.
Look at the biceps.
That's a gun.
All you ladies, look at this, ladies. You're not worthy.
Mike's in
You're not worthy. You ring rats aren't worthy for this.
Also, we upload the weekly classes there. So I got to upload the latest rolls there. I took some rolling footage too. I had Andrew film some shit.
Yeah.
I was just trying to like work on control, but it was fun.
Did you get some good stuff?
Yeah, it's just fun stuff.
Yeah.
I was hoping you were gonna start hitting those switch triangles you've been doing so much lately.
Yeah, I don't think
or
there's one
pull your dick out.
So check that out.
Patreon. If you're going for a triangle and you put your dick in someone's mouth and they start choking.
Patreon.com/InsideBJJ.
Perfect.
Legitimate question if you ask me.
Well, no, it's funny on our end. The connection went south.
You're not supposed to give up the jig, dude. What are you doing, man? Is something wrong with you, man?
Come on, dude.
Come on, man.
Go back to producing.
Jesus, man, dude. It's 101, man. Come on. Hey, Matt, it's he took himself off.
Yeah, I deserve that.
Check out Mary Jane Sunshine and yeah, man, it's great to see you. You could follow everything on Inside BJJ, all the socials. Make sure you check out the Bullpen Grappling show. We're going to be doing the pre-show for Subversive coming up on Sunday, September 8th, I believe.
I know nobody's listening this long, probably, but I'm going to cut you off because soon I got on the 209 Click podcast, Tito Santana.
There
Hey,
it is.
you should ask. I heard he's a teacher now. You should ask him for his best nacho recipe.
Dude, I
Sunday,
bro,
November.
you don't know how
September
much I
8th.
love
He's a teacher?
nachos.
Yeah, that's what I
fucking
heard.
love
Tito
nachos.
Santana was a teacher.
He is. He sent me his book. I'm about to read it. I'm going to interview him.
That's
Your
awesome.
Am I
nickname.
missing
Your
the link
your
between
nickname used to
teacher
be
and
Tito.
nachos?
No, he was a professional wrestler, and now he's a
You're
teacher.
fucking racist. How dare you? You're talking about Tito
But
Santana.
he's Mexican,
And-
so I said ask him his.
Uh-huh.
It's like a.
I see.
It's like, would you really ask a Mexican person for their nacho recipe?
No.
Like, it
That's
would-
why I was
it
lost.
was a
Oh, I'm gonna do.
WWE joke.
I
took it
will
too
do it.
literal.
Yeah,
I'll do it. I'm gonna do it.
Take me off the screen.
check out the grappling, the Bullpen Show, YouTube Bullpen. Check out Andrew's stuff. Check out Cultus, Everyday Jiu-Jitsu, Clickcast on Spotify. All of it. If you're in Stockton, go to Tempe Stockton. If you're in Nashville, hit me up at 10th Planet Nashville. Matt, I love you. It was great to have you on.
209 Dragons Den Pro
really
Wrestling
fun
School,
time.
Lodi, California. If you want to learn how to be a pro wrestler, come check us out.
Fuck yeah.
There you go. All right, man. We're good. We'll see you guys later. Hey, Mr. Producer, are you ready? Bro, you got a fucking delay you're working with? Jesus. This is bad, Andrew.